Nana efe pa se enuanom miensa ebeka bom na no pebia no mode oman mu nsem niema ekoso oman nim niema se bi odwene ho awonte ase ne no nkomo ena ya yetena se etimi edi na onso so utimi nya odie edifremiti na opin so no ya sanso watena se ene metina kunya kese we mu ede ama ofa Kojo Marfo ene ono etena bibia no so me wo no na eri dwumadi ne kama eti me ya from big brother JD Maestro but then with me from Kofi Frimpon if you atwumwa Kaakyire ewo menchen ewo hasan so na offer Kojo Marfo enso so ewo menchen wo ha enti yem yensa ye ka bom na dwumadi no ye dia bro na onso so no wetimi nya odie efrem kama pa ewo ho but then kan na hye no so say ye the African proverb no ebetimi abro de bia bedi nkomo ka che say African proverb no ya na efutuo ene emu nsem ye de ma no ye pese onso fa bi na ode eka wabrambo na obo no ho se ne be ya se ukoduru baabi na se wafutuo nyina san wo wiase ya obekan African proverb anope bia no if you true market make sure so obechechirem na also so wate ase na also so odi bi akan ode ho e wo da asetene mu a obo e wo wabrabom enti wode beba na bibia etimi akoyie but then ye besan so e the newspaper review no etimi e de abroad de ba de and a daily guide aiding komo e de fa ho asante hinopim so etimi intervene for conference papers no do na no edi nkomo e de efa ho e wa ha enti de hu nkomo no e betimi e de abroad but the one is exactly 7 o'clock you be cross a carpet na yakwa join sports na akudie mufo no e de nkomo emu hwampa etimi e de aba onyambo wochina e na world cup no ye hye ase na nkomo ben ene wo hodom ode wani kire Real Madrid e kame say Florentino Perez was coming Madrid for no kakra instead of Mikey Olise no say wodi Julian Alvarez hon komo de nyina ye nkomo I mean akudi mu for no betimi dia bro exactly 7 o'clock na omode bro ye wie pe ye betina se na ye di nkomo pa in the betina se ye di nkomo but then no ye be change ye panel of discussion mo kakra na onso so no wo hu se ne emu esiti nti duru ho pe na onso so no wetimi hu se ne esiti but then kan na share no so say picture of the day no ye betimi e dia bro this month no ye delay with picture ye the info ni beto so na also so wetimi akire ni pakro se ne ositi by mentioning his name ye ti had the intimi body ni fanchero this a wow here no and now betimi abodi ni e dia man na wakire se ne pakro no esiti and the picture of the day no ye betimi e dia bro na also so wetimi hu ni pakra sebi ye de no to so de amount but right from there who say a drew tama e was so ba yen komoni mu a ye makwan ma obem enti no ye be makwan mu abem e wa bra woni mampanyi be kasa nyema how e wo baby awo nyema ofo se e koso e wo amamoni mu awon no wonte ase no ye bie yen phone lines na also so wetimi afre na ne mampanyi edi nkomo so when is exactly 8:30 be your phone lines no na ne mampanyin etimi edi enkomo na enkomo bia wo se wudi no na onsoso no wetimi edi enkomo ama bebia etimi akoye bede na no pay ni yensem no edoso wa ha pa yetimi edi bro na no ada na ye de beto wanim say a free last week no hwe niema ekoso e wo Confanochi teaching hospital a se bi enye asem keto CEO doctor ebedi enkomo so we share the emergency unit a wo Confanochi say be I exceeded the number of people a wo say omoje omo the san intino say odi obi ba na say based on emergency nkwande a ono intimi makwan na say Confanochi intimi makwan e ma umfa wo de share intimi ba na say ankomo ne beto odwa no e na adane back and forth between the Ministry of Health and also the Confanochi Teaching Hospital na no other your friend no e ma ne ko pimpenifo ani me won kran na enkomo epie mu ba ne say you are suspended for 2 weeks and no am so Emma Confanochi Teaching Hospital, medical doctors and nurses and staff workers and so Eddie Omakudi in ego from say ya suspend your CEO a odin commodifa Confanochi Hodia and ye enya dear say almost so ebitima to akoso aye juma at the expense of say almost CEO no yetimia suspended no na in command told you on a free Monday bepim enrano o Confanochi na kohe nkrofo asebi omugu na nka omubeji ayaresa na ayaresa no mobeje no entimi wiye mfamo ma se bi areho obitimi tu kwan free tachima bi tu kwan the free eastern region ton e back on Vanoche say e bi ordinary de share but then because of some nurses and doctors for say ya suspended CEO na CEO entimi mba adwuma nti omo so de omakodi egu from nti no omo ntimi hwe these patients then no ena nam so ama opem so or say to the second Sante Hene etimi a intervene wa bemu bi any doctors no edin komo any nurses for edin komo together with the management of Konfanochi Teaching Hospital na o intervene medical doctors no agiatum say omba be ye adwuma enti free ene kone de wa opeso Konfanochi bia no me patchofo ni kire ho doctors no be resume na omoso so no aba ye adwuma no e di amount enti eno ho nkomo e wo hodom a ebedi na ososo wetimenya odi efrem but then yemfa nto wanim say yewura President John Dramani Mahama etima bedru omanim after so ko UK ekodi nkomo bebre no wetimi aba abedru omanim dem obedru ye no one of the most top stories and the top issues are running the capital town of our country Accra na in common floods no etimi agye capital no aboso almost have the city go through a moment of flood that just say enkoyi infama the capital na no ode ebetu dwa say ono every UK abadia the first thing was so oye say obetima a contract nadmo for yes nadmo for say nadmo for no entinase na draw systematic plan enhwe areas of floods no etimi esisi wo ho na hwe kwan mefa so metimi aboa ama drainage patterns waterways etimi afa Snebeya se ochine bi no insu kase bi koto ewo nkramantemu a entimi nkofa nsem bibre emfamre omo ewo enkran enti yewura President John Dramani Mahama de nya bre pa ewo ho no ma obo ho de ru se sebi omo enkran no omo entimi endi sanye ma no chi a ebetimi aha omo enti san komo no wo ha ede bebre na wetimi enya odie edi efrem beden be sanso gina ho a edi nkomo de a che say President John Dramani Mahama assummate 808 presidential staffers in common said 233 appointees and 585 civil servants was submitted at the Akoto Parliament. It's a home komo ibidi. But then the African proverb ne bebro ye pe na ya shase idi yan komono na also so wetiminya odie edi efrim. So let's start with the African proverb for today. And the African proverb says that to run is not necessarily to arrive. To run is not necessarily to arrive. If you're Chuma Kaakyire, good morning.
Good morning. Yo, abusiafo anope African proverb no essay. Se utu mrika enkyere se wadu ana baabi a wokɔ no mrika no ede wo bedru ho. Asemi ekyere yen se obra kwantuo mu no enye mrikatuo kitikiti ya wode befrase no ene de wo bedru botaye anasa ade ya esi wani so eho. Empepi no enipa no mu bi wo ho a se bibi esi won mani so a wode mrikatuo ene ahohare eyese won mo ebedru sa botaye no ho. Nanso won mo kɔ kakra obon se wabre na wate atene. Na nipa woto ne bo ase na o plane se obedru botaye bi esi nani so ho no ono nso de kakran saa te sa te hwede nante na obesan mirikatuni no a wabre ate atena ne ho na wono adikan adru ne botaye no ho ntinya abre bia na ahopepre bebrebe ene mirikatuo bebrebe ede adru ye goes ho so what is wo motai ka se wudi kan wo court a na wonni asemu bem obi di kikiki ha me di asam ne be court efa lawyer wo huna no akopɛ lawyer na asam na kwa akodru court but edru se wo mo bo nkro no a esan se wanya ntobo ase antena se na wanyini asam ne ho ankwa akire na wampɛ niema wode betwitwa age ne ho nti Otumrika drew court nanso cross examination drew ye no ye bisa no a wonhunu ne woka no ode ne katere ma ebro nanum wogina adaka no mu saa na asem no wabu atia no nanso onim se wo tumrika akodru court no enkunimdie beba ama no amasa wan plane wan fa bo aseto antoto niema ene odi mirika eko yese ade no Enya dan meye no ahohore so. Yen hwebra ya na Olympic Games ekoso no. Se dru say athletes for na e ba betu mirika. Obi wo ho a on your marks get set. Abeni bomu mirika tenta wo de be hyase no. Wotimi kwa say 800 no mo kwa. Ebedru say on kwa nwan ya wonru mu be 400 500 no na wa bre. Afe no wo te so. Na ahoden ni mirika no a wo di frase no. Bafom. Afe ne ono ato ne bo ase wo akire. Na all calculate steps no eba no. Ebedru say yemmo final whistle no oda so ahoden sononko bi wonimu. Enti ode sa ahoden no ebeba besan nipa wo hye mirikatuo no ase kitikiti no ho. Na afi wabedi ne sonkunim. Ti wote wa wonte ase se na kwan asemasi fa so wo hye ase den e na obentene ya na wo wiawia sa atechede no e na abesan ne ho a wadi nkonim. Woto ne boase eto nani wase aboa kwade de e na calculate steps no dodo a sasa wokọ ansan wadru sa 800 meters no afei ohunu se esasa wade nyansa eto mirika no a wokọ no ho na wo hya ase nkakra se de be ya wo mre emro so enti ebedru final whistle na aka to ne bro na wadru ni goal ho na wadru ni botaye ho no na afei wa yire mu wa ye ne sa no nkunimdie na aba amanu enti we kire ye se nya bere bia na esese ye pre ye ho ye tuntuma mpama Amerika ewo eniema bia ye pese ye eho ye de boaseto enkakra abotsere any good planning ehu afamu a no ade nyansa nso ato ade no a wo ye no ho eba sa ubedru go no ho kra wan kasa ebia wonna ensusu se abantem esense eba pepre ye ho aye ade no nenso yentumi anye ni yie enti anopai yenam ye African proverb yiso etu ye nyina yefo se ade no wo beya na waye ni yie ya wo beya ye ni yie no so nkire se tutuma mpama Amerika fa kitikiti ehya ase ye bedru baabi no wontumi entoa ade no so enye na wo beya mre atiatena akire na emom panto boase tobo pa na dwene kwa akire fa nyansa to ade no a wo ye no ho na emmoa se de beya ubetimi adru go anasa wo botaye no ho na awie nkunimudie mapa ede amawo anopaye kakra wani o me fabi maestro fabi bra Kojo so fabi Lord asamo abefa ne nyina yanso yafa ede ato ekotodwem na ede atu anamon na daache ukoduru baabia na wonu sa ade ya wuye asa wo ya apre wo ho a wakai African proverb yi se nya mirikatuo ena de obedu obotaye ne ho na eye enkakra ne boaseto ene adwene a wode ebeto ho anopa tire na se de wo aso ontie ye honhom no eka medase
na anopa mami fanto onim se ye di nkomo na oso so betimi de wade nhwe na fache WhatsApp no so na we yetimi akenkan e de ama also on Facebook Fache TV on Facebook ye twegu e wo ho no meti ko na ko like na share na jaw comment no wo ho na ye betimi akenkan na kama pa etimi e de ama anopa e ko na bibedi no e mesre na esan so e medi kakakra. But then before somebody sang come on, mama fa picture of the day into some na hwe ni pakro mama so betimi ho na. It's a picture of the day. Young phone for needing to swear. The ancient the macro. Aha. So that's so come on. Over good morning.
Good morning.
Send you okay. Oh, the bagray.
Where the minimum no.
No huno.
Nani man cry chile baby.
Oh no.
Mahuni pakro.
Deji wo no.
You krum.
You crew one.
Oh, okay. What can you krum? The omu krum no. One more queue no.
It's a picture of the day, you know, at that sort of two patch up. Say unim na udidi no abrain. Fabrain and we in Facebook, Fache TV on Facebook, the picture never 12. Na also so waiting me ako comment LRC. You been your bre na itimi akin kind obi bia de e de amano. It's a picture of the day and no and a dasono. Oye munyamfo pa tibunko na monfandi di no embra na ne menyina enkoye. But I don't pay no. Mamin Control say Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics. Omo eboy the jumedi we ne etimi e de abro. Sanso so and a Millennium Construction Company Limited. And so eboy jumedi we no etimi e de abro. Sounds na may come for Gifted Icon Season 2 e de amount. Say obi biara say be o that and dream no. Say opese otonyom pese o rapport say sakode e pacho braya so e ha. Na befa forms no. So we drew reception where also we hear ababa our friend Lena Busano say Gifted Icons no forms no obetimi afebi na wetimi edi ho nkomo edi ama na also audition drew so a bra da betonyom no na yentimi empe baby a ebetimi de wabrabo no esi edi ama. The Gifted Icons Season 2 no we no a street edition bra na fa ho ebejimu bi da baby a entibi enkoye but straight away ye movie na yendi newspaper no ho enkomo kakra ena no pay a lot of stories ena era ni true but offer me say ye mama said na tamaklo story no run papa
Say ohwe nkomo a ekoso somewhere around 2017 2018 na juma obeye as Maslow chief executive no na akohia say enkontabu bam say enkontabu na de no ekogina court wa na esesu oyi na no nanso owo United States of America nti ono antimi ama and wansoma obi anso the court no course we di nkomo no say de esesu omudi no omuwie ye no na ye de sobo abono a odifo tie ka say onko da ban kukum na kopem say obeba na ye de no beto aban kukum no na etwentwen hwa nti afi na nyame yan adom a ye de no abeduru kroyim oba ye nso no omo aye processes na SS omo ye no mahu se enra appeal bi a oye no sabre no sa appeal no na mahu se omo pese omo activate appeal no na omo san court ko kire mu se kwadu no aye de ball no dodo no a nyina so bia enim de no besi babesi anope de nim ne se abedu oman Ghana obe7 ne 10
na o appeal ya sanka okotena mo no nka betime jai bibia ye bia ba ofa na kwa bedi sa nkomo da afia watena se ya ma geoterm no ye de ama no 10 years mu ano and our kofa if you better no pay no it is actually captured on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper and let's continue with that. So Daily Guide newspaper says that US extradites ex-Maslow boss to serve 10-year jail term and also called to reject portions of OSP key witness testimony. Rambo teacher caged for assaulting female student and also minority condemns arrest of NPP members. Afrinic distributes 400,000 free cocoa seedlings to VR farmers. All of these news on the front page of Daily Guide newspaper this morning.
Daily Guide obokrata no efri enkomodie no ase anopai na wo hye animu pa na sam ya eson ya wode aba anopai no eye maame sedi na tamaklu kane kwantrefo a na woda Maslow adwumako no ano na won mo emema ema ya won mo efrase edi dwabosia ama won mo de atretre wan hyemu na kwadu ode atenta maami enye neba kra won mo di nasem ebra na woni hontu odi no nachi ena won ma 6 million Ghana cedis ya wawia no $6 million mumwa wawia omra no metua ana sa o me 7 J term enfie mako edu na ebra wo mo de kwa edu no bon no o America besi sabrin afei na niam nyina toto na kwan mu ama maame waba bedru o my Ghana mu enra na wo kwa serve jail term no na term no obe serve ana appeal hu nsensem bi a epiepie ba no wode be ya adwuma ama mpanimfo asan akwa asem ne so biem daily guide boy amane se de na tie bia se de natamakro wo hio enra de wo mo na fi US waba bedru o my Ghana minority for wo so guso a kasa se MPP members a wo cheche wonom no wani nye ho eno ye woni ani aban ne nya adwene wo nsem bi ho a ya na wo ta kire wonom adwene a wo che wo mo no na afanyoma akenda ho ya wonom guso edi ho enkomo na Ora Charles bisiu ono nso ne nsensem no na wo kire se wo mo kopie mu wo court no OSP ya Office of the Special Prosecutor ni key witness testimony trasa dance a nipa wode no ne dance ni mapa eba abedie no court say wonye entumu eno nti won mo abo agu ama eho ensem eda ho Charles bisiu emfoni eda enchen ana efri enra so eba wo chechire ni bia na wachire abai wan wone no kumfu ewo school hostel nyina hini heya wono so aprosifo achi no won moche won mienu nyina wone abai wan nso abai wan no de waja no ama no ekofi aka teacher ni no obeyi ni sembisa no ne yeye ya bemma kantinka etimi achi abai wa na wo krim ne hwefom na bonanim papa fe se de no bonato no ase obi ne ba ya akwara na ya so de no wo twa ne to ede ade a enti se kire nkomo bi a ebobo banam se no wonder ti na teacher na ni gi ato no ho no a wo bo no papa wakwase ne pe ene wanfi no enti teacher abanka ba eda ne nsa saa na de atwa to wo se adwumako bi de afarinik wo mo so e de 400,000 free cocoa seedlings enu ya duaba no a wo mo e de kwahye fom no wo de akwakoma voter region akuafo ya ewo se won mo nye na won fam wa onkoko kuaye ni nyina ye daily guide amane ya wabo anope
ka echi cheni no okose akra ne pe
chire nkomo amatete
no na se ko okofa taste
ena akwara ne mpene nti betua hostel fee na ebi ni ho a wose ne mo mpake mo ne ma sa na e pake ne ma na efiewura akwara wo de ne ka ofuti preko peka se pake ne ma sa
but in some na complicated. But then let's continue with the Chronicle newspaper. And then it captures Kwachi Ofosu also on the front page, and also the Attorney General also on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper. And it says that Kwachi Ofosu subtle expose, government plus Ofori utters extradition, Attorney General to meet U.S. counterpart soon. And also NPP's comeback will be deliberate, not accidental. That is Gordon Asari on this particular statement. After grueling legal processes, 6Am Chiunu finally extradited to Ghana. All of these news on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper.
The Chronicle, the Bokrata, also Ede Yera, Aban Lawyer Penny, Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayine Nymphoni Abba. And our day was off for no so Esha Bemun Krato, so Felix Quattro for soon Foni Abba. And our orchard said, so for Riata Beba Ghana, Sawama, said young common and penny for a deal or honor. For Yera, Quattro for soon, and walk in the car ama. What tears him be home. Now some no waiting hono, a man yanwa quaquay say. A ban lawyer penny will yay in common watchy. Now was said ye tibia, SSO Racken for Riata or Bagana. Now quite do our muguso de tentam no de OSP ho nyina oba no obeyi ne ho ano enti asam no a yera kwache for su kan ye no e na eda no ade se aban lawyer pani aye enhyehyeye a wone US immigration emum panimfo Asia na won madi nkomo na wahwe kwan pa obetumi afa so se de na tamakura bedru di a ese se won mutimi pa kwanu asanyina so ehwe se kenoforiata ono so ebeba enti sa Ghana fo adwene ya wo mo se kenoforiata de no wo mo gya ekire di anya sakra na etie nkomodie ne guso a ya ekoso e wo kokua mu nti mu behunu na epie eba reality pe na kenoforiata wonam kwan so a wo ba na MPP amanyekuo no so ombesan aba aba mu biem se wo mma so obetimi asori agina wona so sesan e na etie no eno wura god na sarebedi akon e kire se MPP fo ba wo mo beba na be adehye nyina nwanwa na nti uka so mo aye din a wo mo te no mo nya hwe wo mo siesie wo mo fie yeso ne ma hwe gu na hu se ne wo hwehwe no enti wo mo hwehwe wo mo ne ma no kakra strategically won mo ebeba ne bum na be te sare na de Ghana fo nhunu akire kra enti enya afei no mo ba be ye ne ma ho ya na obi ahun se dem MPP fo aha akire din wo be hu ana afa mo se rapture the MPP fo beba no mo beba ne memmem mo de nhwehwe pa egu akwa mu ya eniema be kwa animu ama wonum na won mo akire mu se de Ghana fo ahwe animu kwan ache na empanimfo adi asem yachia wo mramu no afa die eja beba wotetrogu so anko abedru na eja bedru eja no ne hwan ma me said nam atienu tamakulu kane maslok pani abedru Ghana ha ya mfiedu ya mpanimfo de tu ni tire so no wo kwa akọ serve ewo ensawam ehun nsem eda the Chronicle, the Democratic.
And let's continue with the Ghanaian Times newspaper this morning. And also captures Julius Nikwe, the DVLA boss, also on the front page. And it says that over 4,000 drivers denied licenses after mandatory eye test last year. That's DVLA boss on that particular statement. Also, government offers tax incentives for factories outside Accra. And also, ex-Maslok CEO extradited to serve 10-year jail term. And also, the other story says that GMA distribute 20,000 life jackets, deploys 200 guards. All of these news on the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
The Ghanaian Times, the Wokratano Edward Julius Nikwe Kote, Nymphony Abba. Now, one only penny contract for our driver and vehicle licensing authority, DVLA Jumekono Adam. Obo Amania said. Enipa binu mananka wonpeso omokwaje driver's license no nipa beye empem 9 ena wanfa license no ama wonom wose wode ma wa enyeyie ene se wode omo nyina afa eye testing na access screening emu fi se wode nipa nkwa enenam ka no wo hwie no so wo hia wani enti mpanimfo ede wani ni fa mfidie mu no omo hunu se niema enkoyi a na sese wo yi usi nchen enti nipa mako 4000 ni nyina wo mo animu nhwehwemu a okoye ye no niema nsisi so se de DVL fo wo mo enhyehyeye ene won susu dua sese drover ni bia nya no etie enti afi etwa mu no nipa 4000 ena wa ma won mo driver's license afei yewura Thomas Nyakwampem ya wo yesoafo abedi akira a wo hwe sikasem so ono so ne mfoni eda ha sei bi na nka mepese ma me dwomoroni no ni ye ka transport asem ananko no ne mfoni da ho no na ekasa enso ye hu bi na Thomas de wo boy adwuma papa madam for thumbs up na Thomas Nyakwampem woda ha ena wo kire se aban edinani esi factories ahodo a won mu ni nkran na wo enkran echi tebia outside Accra se Kumasi o Seta Kradi o se hin o ya o mu nyina eboa ama mfidi dwuma atena ye no afa ne ntuma pefra ene o ma wo tax incentives ene se aban be so wo mu kakra eto ododo esese wo mu tuatua no aban be tete so na ebinum kra wo ho a wo de che won ma ye yi a na wo de ache won ni nyina ye de aban eye se de be ya ebetimi akanya won na ahye won den na wo makoso aye adwuma no wo motre won taban mu nso no na ebo nnwuma kwan ama adehye a wo tete fie na won mo anya bi aye na ex Maslok panipa ono nso waba ya 10-year jail term we de ato ni tiri so no ehwo asem eda the Wokrata the Ghanaian Times mu no wase GMA for wo mo nso ede life jacket 20,000 assign ede gas 200 ena esi kwan so sa won mo nso nkobo ban na wo moa se de beya ensuo eso enkwanhia bebrebe no ano betumi abrase the Ghanaian Times the Wokrata.
And this morning, let me gist you with the Daily Gist newspaper this morning. It also captures a lot of stories on its front page. And it says that Ato Forsen sits on 24 billion Ghana cedis as ministers cry for cash. And also the other story says that KGL is NLA's financial backbone with 173 million Ghana cedis revenue against 44.9 million Ghana cedis by 29 lotto operators. And also, Attorney General's witness admit private BNC account was not for Edu Buahin. And also on its front page, it says that Sedina's American dream ends at Insawam prison gate for stealing $6 million Maslot cash. And also the other story says that Gomwa West NDC rejects Captain Smart membership claims, blows over Mahama appointees, paid awards. That captures the regional minister, Honorable Linda, on its front page. These stories are all presented on the front page of the Daily Gist newspaper.
Daily Gist, the Wokrat and also Justine and Sembebre and Anope, Ora Alex Apple, Daddy, our Dakaji Jumekono, and an infoni that way nano ya bama, yes, open in Nusikanqua, what Yama and Nelly, Nunyesika Katwa. What it to Tunimekwa, you know, 29. Ya one more Eddie Lotto Hudra or Ghana had ya, naturally so run on 1 kg of 4 boy, Jumama and Nelly, after into my pefra. Now what I say? NLA, one much Case was Casemo a KGL. Free Sesika, what Chiama woman quire 173 million Ghana cedis. Ya, Enipa Edunum Crona say you make word your lotto operators and woman qua dear cry 44.9 million. Nenipa Bakuchia 173. Naturally say NLA. You bet me up on an imna fan into my pefra age na KGL for eso. Attorney General, any Signals Bureau. Abner Dubuahi and send some no one muda swa ejinem ewo court. Now I say, Abana ya penny, ne dance ni ya wade no eko jina mu wa adaka mu no waje atum. Se account to be anaya private BNC account no. Na nya Dubuahi dia. E ho asam eda Daily Gist mu. Na said na Tamaklo, ne daya so obetena America, na bia wabe citizen no. Almost say etwa pay etwa tia. Fi say where the Ghana sika $6 million ya esese oba na obe soa eho asotwe nti penimfo awon nkonsa free America amu abedru Ghana woba abedemu mfiedu said court edika de ato ne tiri so no Captain Smart ya woye da oboni wono nso de abeto dwa se wo pese ogina NDC amanyokuo no edimu na wo premra sebedwa akonwa ewo Gomwa West. Na no na NDC for so omunim no. Omunim Captain Smart Gomwa West ho. Wonka wo ho ba bia wonye member. Enti wo mo mpene nam pene china. E ma ne magina e wo Gomwa West ho. Ena na no awards a won mo ede e ma ye. Big event for ese asoafo abo wo ho modern. Enti obi a media award. Linda Oklu Greater Accra Regional Minister, one unquan the audience, some more about home. I heard so if any pen I say, I have solved flood issues. Timakwa Jabasoba, now our patch say. And to want some the Hana by Crassi Brebra Mamma Niamba. Men are my farmer saw for. Men are me who saw more year, Jumapa, me who know. More beyond what the private award be our contain, net nebby. On petty mamma so, no more coffee fast can be a barber for a foreign home. Timontanasi di ebredru so no abebo mo abaso obebo mo abaso nya ne esem fata mo bokwa akotwe esika agea Daily Gist eni
na over atofos in nkomo create problems within
nkomo ne wen
that is 24 billion as ministers cry for cash was nkomo bebre aba controversies aba watnesi kana nkomo bebre aba concerning say
yes say atofos Mami Chrim, Finance Minister, Ato Forcing. Daily Justice say, when I'm now water Finance Minister, 24 billion Ghana cedis division to, and what now so said they are not permitting hoyi. And when you see Kanema ministers and Yajuma. Now almost what you did, say no, yes, overall, or no, or your minister, and you do my dear, so any. And the ministers need being so. Ever said that ya ebe wo mo yi enti se me de ma na ya adwuma na odin be yi tini e mete so 24 billion Ghana cedis Daily Gist say at forcing ete so and the ministers ni su yenya sika nya adwuma sika isu ho ato ato Daily Gist afa my trade nkomo no
But Maestro, mente omo complaining as you.
So also mo complain.
Omo complaining achire hwan. Omo yi sika sem. Ne ehye ne nsa ato forcing. Ato forcing dey ese so ye ne se ese so oboa. Na sika free aban futuom akwa abonten no ese se kɔ na kɔ ye adwuma. Adwuma no ɛho na ye oman ma ye bedi so mfa so. Nti mampani na fa ato forcing so onye adwuma. Adwuma no a wo ye no se mampani nyi se ato forcing ye adwuma se de ese so ya. Se mampani na betia no. Ana
because se scan ba wo ho no. Omo so na enim se mai.
Na sika na
mampani de onim se ato de ko.
Sika na emmaye no. Omo problem den.
Of us who hear sika
Dabi omo nyina omo complaining. Omo ko cabinet. At the cabinet meeting, the president sits as the chair. It is all your minister. As I say, sika bi ba wa so ye. Mo ko cabinet meeting na sika na maya. Di nkomo no cabinet. So your minister say do sika bro, ye mfa sika na mrewa. Report to my chief of staff. Propaganda nema no omo ye.
Propaganda nema of
because say you mfa sika mrewa.
Of say last time we do this ankomo we ha say. Nkomo na adam ministers need they say omo hu ne say ato force and net na omanage so because of say most of them believe say you room for flag bearership race na ibrina bitimi astande into omo asabi ato force so bitimi astande no some ministries ni sika na watnet na so
no ato forcing would not be able to sit on any minister's money because again sika na nya ato forcing dia aban na ehia mpanimfo a na omo atena ase at cabinet meeting omo say ene sika ehia eno na mampani bedu yi enkomo a wodi ne say nsu a efa nkofo won kran no esese ye hwe na ye ma omo nyina agina ba bi si nyesa say ye ya hwan ne be instruction mampani ne be instruction sa ato sika bi eda ho no fa sa sika no na fa ma nadmufo no mo mfa nya adwuma ese so om de ye enya ato forcing na obesori say mo magiska we nkoye adwuma
let's offer in other way no are we seeing say president ama ato more power to control everything some decisions we all know feel say ebe more minor accord in a risk moment ato is the main man to actually do that job
na kofi president Mahama fans na origin why na manage fans no enya ato forcing na say the CD no ne nsa dadoda de kom enema ye ne ade ni nyina hwan na ye sa adwuma no
because now no this sound common no UK summit honom say yes some decisions be honor say Mahama intimate take care or no what take risk say we take
because you see as I say government ensure say expenditure bia expenditure e be boa o man no enunti na omo institute another agency contract bia e kwa abonten no as I say a ministry of finance no mo ye sure say sika we as I say sa expenditure we as I say ye hey na wo skada ho na utifie na so me de menya ska nti wo be sore no ye be ko fie no na epono a efie ho ye nyina ye nim ni sika gu so nti nkola na obi aduru ho a papa wo ska mama wo ska no den sa bom no okọ wo be yesa exactly. And I can understand omo ye argument no for all you know. Omo mpese ato be popular. They said the omo allege say ato mpese ombeje fans no. Sa no omo so pese ato eye unpopular.
Omo hwe ato so yes ade.
Omo di mo.
Omo hwe
ato so. Omo ministers no. Omo head and afia. Say chief of staff.
Chief of staff.
And who are complain? Go to the chief of staff. Omo nyina so omo call cabinet meeting.
I said they ato the damn boy.
Na mpacho fans na mampani oje na ato fans o.
Ato ye ni nyina.
Oh ye adwuma no say dey say so ye.
Na overall.
And me dey me nyin say nkofo na pese ye deda na koye say ato but so far I think that he's doing well.
on the deputy, I'm on coming.
Oh, say, and no dear, Dan.
They are doing
Also,
they are doing well.
I agree.
The moment
I'm deputy. I won't be deputy as a
no, Juma. Juma. Say, unya deputy. Also, ebe jina echire atoto nyema eboa. So it's a ministry that is working.
Oh yeah.
Omo ye Juma nti ja omo ye na ato pezo sabotage omo na ato. When na ka kire omo say omo declare. Yeah, Tukrum, hey. Have you heard any minister indicating that he wants to be, apart from a Greek minister? Or no crowd? It was in contest.
Or say NDC mano or pepanis won't be doing anymore. Obey.
Exactly. It is the same when or say, yes, sabotaging the presidential ambition. Why?
Of overdose. But I don't pay it's exactly 7 o'clock. And it's time for sports. Ricardo Varas, Ewaha. We try to have a Mbappe. Or all the sports updates, everything in their brain right here on Fatty Daybreak. He trained one here. Cap no eshase. It's a home common in our Hanuma, Ricardo Varas, Ayacrado, or the moon common. It's be a Daybreak. But then main come be person with the panel air Real Madrid for president, Florentino Perez. Say was coming Madrid for no. A camera say was coming because they come with D and no nam so my to about the man no. I just uncommon and a woody. Or say 150 million euros or the copet a Galactico. Na nipa no copero no. Free Aleko Madrid or a Galactico and Ricardo Varas. Ricardo, good morning.
Maestro, good morning.
So you have a call there.
Nyamia dum dada na onim na
Akesika.
Esikane dia ho den. Yankubo guzo he ne ma.
Gusu he. But then enkomo be na Black Stars. Training grounds
mpanimfo se omo mo fan match bia biem till ye ne Panama no. Ye hwe kwan ye be fa so akọ se human na ekoye dia. Okọ camp say Black Sheriff nyom na no di asa.
Na Honduras match na nyama so.
Dabi nyama so.
Say the same one.
Any match be able biem till World Cup na.
Because Panama for almost 3 friendly matches.
Yen communication director say he said I'm say coach Cramp so about high intensity game. Ti over here now what team e ja ho enjoy team dia so yo ho someone mo support to Black Stars ne dia mo na mo he dia encheda ya isa CBR.
But I don't pay me sure some news.
Oh bebre wa ha.
News.
Bebre wa ha. Let's go marry for ne kasa. Jose mo you know nsem kakra wa ha. Nico pass so kasa kakra ne ade.
Mami jao.
Emena so say ba na ye de agudi musem eba ebe som mo na no mani na no enso etimi koye. Be wuram wo Blasters camp ye de di nkomo ho na ye de nsem bebre no enso etimi de atudwa ye repe ne akonkro phone cross afi de nsem ho ni na no enso etimi ba be so me din no de Benjamin Jamfia Kwiokon with my friend Ricardo Varas me ne wa be gina me de nsem no e ba be so mo e wo Daybreak so me wi amekọ na afi dwumade no enso etimi atoa so na afi nsem wo sese wo tini na no wonso wanya kwan enso etimi ate yeni nkomo emfam free eye afisem ni mu dia me di nkomo e dia free nipa baako a oba Ghana yam football ni mu emi se wo boa ama enkwala enya daachi ye pa no e abrante a ye fe ne yawdabo adwen kese no ono se si oba bia be fa bia no o fa nkwala 10 si wona abuso o se academy be no be so mo ba we catch you say double soccer academy no me na wodi nkomo na fa yam blasters ne ho eduru say ya obi a kire na dwen ne ade anti double enso tima kire na dwen na fa yam blasters no na say na wodi na dwen no e kire ye fa
onyame ntumfo agyawa utumi ade nyina ye oya alpha omega wachi wani mobie no also fa dia pro na tete de nipa fa nya hwe babia ni da so ni no eho na wawrado sho ho munyam osoro hene mesro say Ghana ye press no ma wo munim de ni nya sabi prayer bia ko park ne so awrade mesro se ma wo munim de ni nya sabi se wo mun pa bonike na wo mun titibi wo mun trebi woman for being stressed, woman shoe socks and send a woman socks on her. My woman pop money cake for being for one, woman sit at home, woman tree a quarter, see you triad. Okay. Sep Jordan, we a rather man sergeant, no tree money cake. Also, tia patenum. When you said Ghana, you tria, Mopa Bonnie Kenny be. Player ni Japa so nti minyina Baba Romai munyina Benjamin Sale for boni kanibi
ai kwam zo nti ada semenyo
they boil in outside UK. If you don't understand tree, I'm speaking English. Okay. Benjamin Semenyo, please, you have to do chia, and maybe you don't understand. Ask Benjamin Sale, what is called chia? God, please help us to win this World Cup. If we couldn't win, give us proper position, and everybody will see that Ghana is successful country in the World Cup. Thank you.
And somewhat sofo ya double and sweet really two gana ya double a chilimus Mrantiano Timian Yomabi, Nanumani Nano, and so Entimin Koye, and for my blasters, na Idimun Comono, as some nano pay, and so ever to Madina so, and 10 times young free or na young rum and some from the Uram, and so I am former player Katia, Ura, ye friend of Baruso, one who did in command now brand near tea, afternoon sports national, and a Kaakyire and sweet minute to 1 minute, what didn't come for almost Brassonia nay, said your football, and so is it here.
In our days, football is a bit more physique and stuff. Now I think it's about speed and power, which is different. So more of technique. So nowadays it's a different ball game altogether. Players are talented already, knows how to do a lot of things already. Sometimes a game might be won by a player. Only one player, he does everything in to make it possible. Even though he doesn't play alone, play with Alex, but you could see somebody will do something for something to happen. So our time of the game is different from now. So I can't say we see the Siri or player like Neclesian or Suleiman Tyros or Samaja or Steven Apia on the pitch.
And no, and Samoa, Puma Ahmed Baruso, and sweat me at the Atuja, Yadi and Musamino, M1 of Perchims, or more Brassoni and Neno, and Senama Bebreno, and sweat me as a son, or young football, more pants, or sharp, more day, and then your man, Neno, and Missa Modena, and Chada, and Nimus and Americania, Jena, Munem, Sempaniforno, and the place did one, or they want some air to Janano pay, may boy today, Chiamau, or Daybreak, Juma Day, so Jeffrey winning, come on, Naf, young room, or Parliament House, nothing, and Semebri, and so intim and Koso, Honorable Habib Idrisu. And so Edin Komo, our Parliament House, no church, say, Bayan company for, and my briefing Kaakyire, and fan for supporters, I would wa, yes, share ball, said, we room, some beko, Akakosha World Cup, and also saying, and no man, and to Sikoye, or in Parliament House.
The players are already in, they've already gone for the World Cup, and we have not been briefed. And you think that this is a matter we must not know? We are aware that government have procured 1,000 tickets from GFA. We are aware. And the ambassador have issued a statement saying that Ghanaians in the diaspora should write their names and get tickets for the matches. Who bought the tickets? How much is it costing the taxpayers? Over 2,000 people went to American embassy for visas. So visa fee 185. Who is paying it? Who are those
what
people?
You are doing is a tool available for you?
I granted him. I told him. We are aware that the majority side, you were given two slots each for the World Cup. And then that one, nothing happened. They've been denied visas. Your members, they are not happy because they didn't even call some of their nominees. Yes. At Botema, they are screaming them there. I have pictures, I have videos. So if you say we shouldn't discuss it, we shouldn't discuss it. That I would respect. But to say what I'm saying...
And then someone honorable Habib Idrisu, and so the two just say, young blasters players no America, some no Cassia, Omukako World Cup, no, na supporters out there, car said, Ombekono, and Hunt and Samson saying, now Omate say 1,000 tickets, yet Timiato, and so FGF, and Quaku and so Timo, and Hunt and Seven saying the city, Ombeso Mutibinia, the other say, who beings who can work is there. A momo, a too slow, a dinner office, and the idea to Krum, and the Otiana's already one. And Tiano is a very free parliament house, bar, the Dibu Seven, and so Adamone, and so over to Madina. So now, Honorable Kofi E.D. Adams, your sports minister, why in Krumha, on I am sports, no, or no, and so to me, so I want to talk to Namanima, a Koyi, and so to me, or Dinkomo, and the World Cup, I Yekoy, no Penina Dinkomo, say Ghana can return with a trophy.
Well, I think preparation has been good, even though our coach appointment came a bit late. He's done quite well. There's good spirit in camp. They are training very heavily, and we do promise Ghanaians that something good will come out. Even though if you look at the expectations and those who are doing all the analysis, they claim that Ghana is the least after Iraq to make any headway, but we are going to make a lot of headways. That is what we wish that happens. All the 48 teams that are in the Mundial are there to win. Yeah. Ghana is also there to win. We have a team. What is most important is that we have a team. It's unfortunate we don't have the Jikus, we don't have the Kudus, and then what have you. But we have a team.
Yes,
I think the team is going to go very far. Well, the team is going to go very far. And who knows, we can return home with a trophy. What about that?
And no, and then someone, Honorable Kofi E.D. Adams, sports minister, and two just 48 teams at World Cup, Nasi, no be a quackobo, and so at me, Genti, or when him, Sagana, your team, you back your name, you be headways near the other, no social analysis. I have big Mutano, my Abu Deb Mutano, my Lutak, Mutano, my no, or GDA said, no money nothing to me in Koyim from my blasters. Name home, you go far, and so a year World Cup, you Mokoyasia, one name, a beer, no, the trophy, no. And so it me Bafiano, and then some Kakop and added to Jana or Sachi, coach in the appointing in time. Then so he's done well so far. Minim well no, but you free bad and so or say he's done well so far, no, and then some Kakri free bar, but the air to an him, Uromio under 17 yana catcher, young coach, or no, a assistant coach or open your friend a year, Nana Ajiman, or so a coach at my vision next, we didn't come out at a far World Cup, no one to say, Nana Ajiman, it didn't come out at a far World Cup.
1-1. I think Harry Kane will score against Ghana. I think Semenyo will score against England.
And then the final game against Croatia.
Tough one. I think Ghana will go through the group stages not losing a game. So I think I'm going to say 1-1 again.
Another draw. So that's 5 points.
5 points. That will take us through.
Take us through. Maybe second or first. Depending on whatever point.
I don't think we're going to be third. I think we're going to be second. First or second.
Yes.
Okay. Mostly second.
And there no one someone an Ajiman or no a coach at the map Vision FC Dobo as an assistant coach Ghana na 17 which means Ghana will leave young group no and so to the next level without losing a game to a GDA say either say be kind and ask better so mienu a watch will say Harry Kane be goal the tia Ghana fi Antoine Semenyo and so it match a goal at the tia England no and so church needs him was Yedemu 7 edema we na no pay enso e wo dwumade ne so yemfiri woni nkomo e won nsɛmfo from ne yedi nkomo won nsɛmfo from dia memonram e wo blasters camp na afi nkomo kakra emfa mfiri okwabna wusu e ye player wo besina kan edema yem blasters no wodi nkomo e dia fa akan si a osi edema blasters no na say rodness em no etudwa
I'm for more Ghana footballers. Our more Ghana no ye doso.
Sure.
Just say we didn't crab bum keke no.
Yeah.
A plus more. I have to use that one to motivate myself. Say I'm doing something.
Sure.
Yeah. And you know say me cause maybe any stage we cry na me standing. Until the manager be brave. Me ko game no. Imagine na first person I imagine kono so yam mama. Na share me say okay. Mama or shebyu. Until send the woman mobia and any bibia. Yeah, I mean Uganda. I don't think say a place no you beko on the page say we don't want to give it all.
No, and then someone also Prince Adu Kwabena no yes Prince Adu Kwabena and so any 2 year change say Ghana players is see a kind of doors with your body and the Bata Blasters no humpa there's a nije sem and so to mo kwa kusi akanya ne ma be na him say I know dwendwen ne ho no and then sensem kakra fi ho ba me to ani me ne and so e wo dwumade ne so na me say ket okraku and so timi nya hoho bi and so e wo na kacha timi say hoho ne ya hoho a na se mo aduyie pa na wura mu a ade a the mayor of Alexandra and city manager and so timi pay courtesy visit and so edema GFA president Keto Krakua eno ene insensem kakra fi ho ba timi say nyoma and so na etodwa e wo so ayen coach e friend Carlos Kires and so ejina mu mpadifo ejina mu a na say Jesus ne asensan yes signatures edi mu atranpie saa and so etimi ho no ene insensem kakra e fi ho ba mere to ani mene and so e wo dwumade ne so na wura mu wo Blasters camp ho a mrantene de em say Black Sheriff na eno mo de fa appetite na say na camp and visit here. Ntiano ene Blasters players na hwe bass o mu team na so mu di ani die saa black onyum na mo di wura mu am say nyuma ni na no enso ekoye decisions they made in their pajamas eno mo di mu nsensem ede tototo ani saa ede mu nsem ne ma na no pay enso ewo dwumadie ne so na ye di nkomo no na ye wuram enso ewo Jonathan Mensah ya former player ade ma ye Blasters so wuram ewo UK ne important mo de na so wa fan ni camera na che say rich any lord adwuma na omo na obo ni wie no am say oh ya sisika o twie edigu ni botom no enya asem keto kora ndi former Blasters player no na ultimately say adwuma ono enso timi yam so hwie sika pa edigu ni botom no ena nsensam kakra fi ho ba me de eto no ma menya masam kakra na fami yepe binti wro mo nkrofon kro so na me 507 na Linda Owusu edi nkomo edi afa initiations awodo a ekoso e Black Queens camp na say no re tuda. No, any said na camp and so sit here or mana catch at was a son of Kososawe initiation over a Black Queens and a Blasters camp. A team of Diasa, a Timmy Nanny Naya, and Mantan and Mariano, and so any Timmy Pano, and then send some Kaakyire few bar, made it to an and so I want to manage. So, I do some rum one phone cross enough and some outdoor. If you have bano, the TV ends at 2 and India, I say no, a World Cup fever and a World Cup no more. Now, if we are, there is some back community, our club side and straight not to jar, and so at media amount. Nothing say, Namepa or China, and a World Cup, and so starting to Mammy, a Bena Boya, who free Nigeria, and say, or a part of a year or more, or be room and so, our opening ceremony in Nasia, or no, and so at in air, play more. There's a flight, no team. Our any team and so from room Mexico and Yomani Nano and air cosunti Bena boy now who say yes. What try a year you any team Omunan and the money and a room Mexico na fay or more and sweat Miako Akashama Yomani Nano and so at Miako ya and no and in some Kaakyire free or bar made air to an him Namame Thomas Muller so video no Thomas Muller and so you'll be a better keep part in the ceremony and no answer betting Yakoso Mexico one also at me Alandia or no so Kaakyire Amadumadi and so at Miakoso and money nano and at me Koye or Wanyame Portina opening ceremony no and so at me to talk to Dana or right for the team Muller Thomas Muller no former player Edema Bayern Munich former player Edema German minor or touch it down Yanko the Emfa Felina Kakayaba ya Twaso and so at me the amount.
Einfach mal mit Bayern fahren, ist crazy. Auch wenn ich drüber da bin und 6K, aber das ist crazy. Thomas Müller.
And no, any Thomas Muller and sweat touch it down. I want him to say nonsense. Some city, minimum 7 so and no pay. I want to Madi and so. Na baby, Bessia kind, which first gamer, Mexico and South Africa, Bebono, a hawk, a attack caster, and a hawk, and then I say. Protest be and sweat me caucus what teachers are or more Mexico almost one more year demonstration and sweat media tia your mayor friend in Mexico so more and a hosting World Cup no as I say stadium no and now they will more and sweat police for and sweat me a quaco was more buying and to buying and for most stadium no brass and be an portina the opening ceremony because so now for game one as a Mexico and South Africa bono and sweat me about some police for no or mat to buying at buying and sweat mo ha enya de se omo enso edi agrokra enso timo ho a ene nsam kakra fi ho ba na no pai me de to anim e wo Daybreak dwumadie ne so na referee a ye friend Omar Abdul Kadir Aitan ye ne enim so fi Somalia no ena ofa aye plane ewura mu enso ewo eye US no empanifo so pani a haide won se how omo sante the drop eni wura mu ewo take your report I made to say Canada eye ready say ombetimi a welcome referee amna ba abe officiate games and Vancouver eno ene sensem kakra fi oba me de eto na emom say no official confirmation from relevant authorities and I trying say betimi ba say bia FIFA betimi ajatum so pani a your friend Omar Atan no betimi rom e Canada na fe games a wo do eba so e Vancouver no wetimi akọ officiate bia no ene sensem kakra eno to free World Cup ni mu a me de eto anim mame eye video a uram e Times Square New York edi atrantwe players ahodo enso ne nanam billboard so ne adade wo saa we no behu Vinicius Junior kakra wo hu Neymar kakra wo hu Messi no hu si Ronaldo ne so muni nano enso yade a Times Square on se ho de e billboard ne adade se ho no e ho ne die samba ne adade yie pa mrantie yi enso ne etwagu ho a bibia e kire e da di pefe nyame pa World Cup no enso e sha ase no ene nsensem kakra free ho ba nei me de to anim enso ewo dwumade ne so yemfiri woni consent fufuro nra reporter efiri Egypt akache enso eba chese eyade omo enso entimi antweni enam wada ho nsensem ntina emom emrante no enso anyo maje so omo ntweni da ntomo enso timi wura mu ewo mo gym ho a omo enso timi koye training kakra interso mbe home no omo se da bi se weda ne nye wa bonten a weda no ye enso wo inside to hwa Egypt man na omo eneye training wo inside ade omo nina no enso ekoye edem omo ayede mu nsem no ade to ani me na no pai enso ewo dwumade ne so na ye bedi nkomo World Cup nim no a branch of Michael Essien ono enso timaje bre waye prediction enso wo World Cup waye kogosi akan wom wadi nkomo e de afa de obaji golden boot ho golden gloves ho de obaya surprise package the oji World Cup no enso de konina no a branch a your friend Michael the Bulldozer Essien enso edna no atonsem na say no di nkomo no e de kire
it depends how far Norway can go, so probably I'll go for Mbappe.
Golden Glove.
No, yeah.
Surprise package.
Ghana.
Who's gonna underachieve?
That's hard to say. Yeah.
Where are England gonna finish?
I mean, so far as Ghana can beat them, they can go as far as.
It's got to get past Ghana first, yeah.
Yes.
Who's
no ene Michael Essien someone odo enso etimi to do say golden boot no na nko ho say a branch friend Ellen Haaland na begina so it depend on how far team your friend and so your friend no way beti fa control ne de oginam e da ma branch friend Mbappe san so e na golden glove no call e da ma mano no ya na afei e surprise package no e your my friend Ghana was so mo be and achieve ne de ontimi nkyere na wo kyere mu se Ghana so se betimi ahye England de ba bia England mekobia no e nhye dan hane sa na afo so my obeji World Cup no e France I no ene nsamo Michael the Bulldozer Essien e de atudwa na no pai ye de mu 7 e de ma wo na odin komode fa Norway hu Norway for ne omo mba be World Cup ya se na me so mo ba aba be jo mani yi pa na wo twen nsensamo a me nya no ha ene se de normal enso asi kwa ye se Norway team no omo de 300 kilos of red fish na de wuram e World Cup na se omo de 116 kilos of cheese and etimi ba and afeye 6,000 oranges no de wuram e World Cup na se so mo ba aba be jo mani yi pa ho am se enya agudi ekra no mo ba no omo de eye 3 top chefs and a diaba ba kwa wo mu no wa ye adwuma for over 35 years em so mo ba abedidi na fa hoden no enso etimi aba no ne nsensem kakra fi ho ba me de eto anim World Cup aye koi fans ebe ba no on se ID card bi bet not dead am komuni ade na no na branch e fe no I show speed and so atmanya ne dia nyuma ni nan e koye de man opani a ye fe no Gianni Infantino wono na ye FIFA Cup wo de branch ne de and so atmi de man na time ano wo de man no say na nsensem no and so sitie ho aye de mu nsem no e ma
like the gold medal, right, of the World Cup.
This feels great to have the first fan ID.
Put it on you like a medal, like the gold medal, right, of the World Cup.
No, any said and no, Esikoya, Medi, Chino, and so Emma na Argentina and Iceland, and so to me, boy, over 88,000 spectators in the room, and so Alabama, near Musa, some Yadiane, Ekoye, Panama, time one, now branch of the Niola Messi, and Ever Park, and social area, and Nipano, and Air Bodgeso. Data na ekoso e o steady watching sampa na branch e friend Messi no omo enso atimi afena ne wani na no enso atimi koyi a Messi eba park national say crowd no enso ye deda video ne ba ye de bema na won so watime hu na wo hu sele no man enso asiko na Messi ba park ne so no obebo e pass fe e ma pass no enso de penalty bo no an ko fa penalty no enso atimi bo e de penalty ne to atena mu a na atimi say no mani na ahant Messi ba park ne so ano that's wa bo pass no e koye there's a penalty and so to media bar Messi begina penalty no ho opagya ne nan maso there's a ball no and so etimi da neta eno ene nsensem kakra free ho ba me de air2 na say no Messi has 117 goal and Argentina national team say ono ene the longest lasting player wetin ahye goal and so dem o man your friend Argentina with 38 years 11 months and 18 days so ono aba be super sopania your friend Labruna no e 38 years 9 months and 10 days eno ene nsensem kakra e free Messi akache ba me de air2 anim and so e wadwumade ne so na Messi ne Iceland bo ni wie no players ni na ekogu Messi nchen ubia ba there's a pictures ni ade e wie no there's a branch ba ko a ono gidi ese Messi ei so do jesi mamia e beboa ama ne mani na no enso atima koyi a Messi enso de jesi no e ma ne fefefa eno ene nsensem kakra free ho ba me de to anim enso e wadwumade ne so me wa Argentina camp yi de opani a Jeffreno Scaloni head coach edema omanya Jeffreno Argentina mo ba World Cup na say as the defending champion so mbeje so omonye no opani Jeffreno Scaloni Lionel no edensem enso atimi de atuga
mañana bueno. Si ya tomaste la decisión o comunicaste de quién va a reemplazar a Valerdi o recién lo haces mañana cuando ya se vuelvan para Kansas.
Tampoco mañana. Dije mañana, bueno, un día, capaz que un día más me tomo.
Pasado mañana.
Capaz que dos.
Ento refer na Lionel Scaloni se men country to anim se be den sa Argentina bet magic World Cup ni dem nemom or Kaakyire and say players no they will live their lives on the field of play and say no money na no enso betimi akoye e dia mo a what the stand sem no enso e to dwa na no pay me bo akire yi akire enso atimi dia ma Rodrigo de Paul e player o sina kan no Argentina man no oni Argentina na e ba World Cup no say omo ba enso World Cup na say din na nyoma e be koso World Cup no eno e na manfo be gina so enso atimi dia ajeje omo Rodrigo de Paul.
A ver, un mensaje un poco de lo que es el vestuario, lo que es esta selección, que saben que vamos a dejar todo lo que tenemos y un poquito más seguramente, por darles alegría, porque se vuelva a ver esa unión que se vio en Qatar. Nada, a mí me gustaría ver a todos los argentinos otra vez unidos como fue.
Eno ene nsam a Rodrigo de Paul de tu bia na no pa mi bo akire yi akire de ma wo e wo Daybreak dwumade ne so na wura mo Brazil camp nso a omo se omo eno ara me se preparation course no na e say gym work nko na e say players no enso timi ya tum se name mo any players no na say gym work na ena na e koso we ni Morocco for de mami eye Brazil de no na tum se Brazil for no yes gym work nko a ena e koso wo ho a me mu sam na de ma Vinicius Junior mo Marquinhos was mo Fabinho mo Hendrick mo nina no enso eye training wo ha me mu sam no ade so be na no pay enso e wo dwumade ne so entantan so mi fra me kanto ze na eye owura ye friend eye Carlo de Don Ancelotti the birthday a wonya 67 years na no na nsam trofo enso hia branch ye friend Ibane de ebusa ne se dan na obigidi ye se ebe the perfect gift a yebetimi na owura ye friend Carlo Ancelotti eye se bo na chede anase Neymar be ye fit na yenko yentie nsam a Ibane e de chuja
Carlo Ancelotti faz aniversario, pues se sabía. ¿Cuál sería o presente más especial para él? ¿Un Neymar recuperado o conquistar Hexa? ¿O ainda otra cosa más especial? Obrigado.
É uma pergunta que eu acho que tu tem que fazer para ele.
Enzo Oliveira.
Nti someone to join us sa question ready e was some so friend the Don Carlo Ancelotti nankasa na for no some the perfect answer no and some banner that the two jam didn't nsem no e dey to oni me na e wo dwumade ne so England na ewram e wo World Cup yes na nra omo 31 players ni na no enso atimi ye training a ni woni na no enso atimi koyie enso atimi ne mo no ene nsem kakra fi wo ba me dey to anim enso e wo dwumade ne so opani e fa na Thomas Tuchel se en fan Tuchel sa brand ya je fa no Bukayo Saka no on timi nye training back to back and am sa branch no enso the recovery no kra no e ho nsensem enso timi wo hwa so onya discomfort kakra enso e wo hwa no ene nsem kakra fi ho ba me e to anim na me free Brazil camp program wo England camp ne de na ese me di ne ma ho nkomo no pani a ye fa ne Thomas Tuchel di nkomo e de afa ne ma ho no se ne ma no e wo in the same bracket Ronaldo mo Messi mo enso timi wo ti ro e fa Ancelotti Thomas Tuchel on aye Neymar.
What do you feel about Neymar in this competition? Seriously, he made it. He was struggling to be there, and now he made it. Do you feel that it's good for the World Cup that a player like him?
This is also one of the biggest now, like Ronaldo, like Messi is just like this incredible, talented player. He's big personality. He has the personality, the confidence, the quality to decide matches on any level. It's just a matter of.
I know, and some more right for Thomas Tuchel the two just starting come up the first one World Cup name min fans and fan to him now refer no Jorge Mendes Juni Calafat na fe you say Angel Sanchez we be share on Jose Mourinho na fe much my finalize this na dia and then some kakra fi over Benfica and official release aba so refer no Jose Mourinho no 50 million no Grima den so etimi activate no and then some kakra fi over Atletico Madrid first one reply openia and as a Timo your friend Grima on a branch friend Julian Alvarez no Barcelona force still omugidi say dem Grima require no enya dia esesa bibia still omugina yie bibia no enso etimi ko your friend Enrique Cerezo president and my team friend Atletico Madrid say a branch friend Julian Alvarez no he is not for sale. He is not for sale. And when someone on answer the two to that, he didn't some no and amount Nico pass a player the man remarried or say that be all my remarried says you or did you say Comono, Ubenya Biabo, Debiarada, now remarried their friend as over fighting for position. Debbie by a moment, Yasha Branton and the Dutch as to refer to Jose Mourinho someone and then some Kakir free over report as Mendes, our for ref and Ruben Diaz, Matios Fernandez, and our Matios Nunes, and a Matima, the friend of Remarried. We are back. The more and to be that also and the money now and sweaty me akoye Benjamin Jamfia Kyoko ni me with my friend Ricardo Vaz me de akudie mu some fisam ne 79 and so ba e some Benas e support with the production kika no mabom so na Julio Caesar e support Habib the special one Luther Ken and Abu Diabemu nano and so me support and check asenko and for my gentle words Wednesday biano when a shmata de fefefe maba ababe adwuma and so me na wan check ase and confirm Daybreak air to so we are ba the more and so betimi ababe so makra
at the time otimi arrive airport Accra International Airport no odi nkomo no say what tasking that mofo paying for say omuntimi enye restructure plan na omonhwe say baby a say bi insuyire no etimi essay omoniema efa nkrofo kakra ewo hodom no omo betimi design policy the planner betimi aboa sinebe ya saflas na isi even coming next year and I say in the coming month still no intimi enya nkrofo omho betimi akasa nkomo no we say ye tremu pa na edi because ehun behia say we say edi because right from 1968 and a flas no sha ase say ekoso ewo enkramantem Kwame Nkrumah eye ne wo so ye bia make sure say obe design good drainage pattern the bia insuo befa na akọ sinebe ya enko ha amanfo mote ho no design a lot of policies edema enkran the sign into no otutu nkrofo bi free me bia na enhu kwan say omotena ho but then in 1998 na insuo kese fa nkrofo bi bredi omko almost 17 people na omuwuye ewo ho in 203 204 insuo sanso fa nkrofo bi bredi ewo incrementum almost 11 people in a wuye ewo ho 208 eba ne de ipa dodo na kame ye se emre bi ebesibia no yenya nkrofo a omutimi ehwere omonkwa ewo ho no eno akrampo de nkomo na metete e de free south no kire se nkrofo mienu together with akoda ena inso no etimi afa omo a se bi omo so etimi ape baabi afa na nkomo no ebaaye no eho behia se yenso ebetena se na yenso etimi abobo ho na edi ho nkomo because enye de bia ene osi yehu the capital town of Ghana se insuyiri ebefa ye capital na infoni ene namtin video so na other international platforms so pikia I don't think say a good for my friends in Ghana because as we know Accra is the capital town and no who kwanse flood no etimi sisa ewo in crime mantemo nti anope ye ba bedi nkomo no e de afa ehonomo se de be ya so betimi nya odi e de free over Kofi nkomo a president idi ni o
unse na no me kan sure say Ghana adwuma ba kwa ne ye nye den ene se wo ye Ghana mampani so wo ye Ghana mampani a you only have to look at records
okay
na washisha wo ne ma ba no aye de so wo ye President Mahama enye first time I would din komo about Accra and the flooding. So when the first time would this komo. He's not the only person. Oba Fourth Republic President Rawlings din komo about flooding in Accra. President Kufuor din komo flooding in Accra. Professor J. Mills din komo flooding in Accra. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo edi nkomo flooding in Accra. Ene. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama odi nkomo flooding. And then I can't know.
It's a one of the problems I face.
Enye one of the problems. Yenye serious people. Yenye omaya. Yeni ko niema ehia so.
Is it for yentimemfo na na say omo a say bi omo
nyina but o kan wi a ebekwa akosi won a wo ya kanifo a womo na sika dodo no aba wo nsam na omo ache sika no say sika yenyani sika no ye de we ma ka chire nye so omfa nkotwa nanum bade bia onkoye ne wardrobe ebia onfa emfa nkrofo ma omumeye adwuma wo newsroom ebia onhwe se obi abebe adwuma ntem sika no adwuma eso omfa nye no ye de sika we ama Kofi ye se Kofi nhwe se ehasiesie dan ebekoso nti eni se eba se ehia bibia nyesa nti sika no ya cheche esi ebisa ye ho se in the last 40 years, sika sen ye yidi ato ho se ye di si ensu yiri ho kwan e wo ye man because en common na ye di no the work ho
of course
as I say ye education na nipa dodo no ate ase se enisi etuwura egu baby a enisi etugu esese ma nkofo te ase ese enya asase bia na yesi dan wo so esese ma won eton asase te ase ese enya asase bia na yeton wo yes education na afa wo the enforcement nso eba ye kan wie ye no edien asotwe na ewo ho nti se me koton asase eni se me ton a asotwe ewo ho ye dien se me kotuura gu ba bia eni se me tuura ni gu a asotwe ewo ho ye dien na se emra no ma ni so a ye betwema so ampa na nti wo beta ate se Ghana ye so ye wo mra bebre omso egu chef so uko school yi research ahoro a wo ma akoto wo mo aye na ye mo amo aye wo free school mu hwe wo mo ewo ho de wo mo ye emu dodo no a betimi asolve flooding problems na ye wo no ada ne ye solve ye because ye nye ya dwen cream kofi obi wu a enha obi a o dabi enti wo ye mfomso na wu a wa ha ho nipa nkwa ensom yembo
but that of I feel we there no AI too much as compared to last year because last year the end you say we have some areas be on ma oye den aflas no ebisi wo hono
dabi nipa ni bewu mo
because this year there no e come say enra say na me check something across Ashalibutwe Madina and then some areas be Amasama and some areas be kakra. In so the petting just 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Not all of a sudden, these areas are occupied with water. To the extent say no say this guy or social media friend Goshes. A live Facebook, no ding come say in so petty 20 minutes, but then checking out in common a lot of things they see wo
it's interesting.
It's interesting. But then offer
it's interesting. Lawyer and common
lawyer and common okay. Na lawyer ewa
lawyer na I was say mo achi anope.
Yeah, Kojo.
Baby e te boko, me gidi say baby awo no eho asundwe wo ho.
Oh, nyame.
Ye de nyame ase.
Nyame.
If last week komfa no che nkomo no ebaaye no ye didi dibia enra na me hu say wonso watintim niema e wo timeline so Facebook enne doctors no aba but yenkoye chinkodi wo nkomo no na yemedu baby a doctors no aka kire sisi de omo beye adwuma no na wonsam no a okekan na beye num nsia ma yemfa no maako edikan wo say convano chief executive no statement na oma hospital na issue ye no na asunim faso bia but just say na o kan no na aden na o back to that conclusion
my friends you are say asunim faso me cut to us say sastic minister would need money.
That's right. Now, add na over to that conclusion.
So you convolution. Hey, your hospital Kessia, a war your memoir. In situ, a sentiment. Omo Apumudia say, Amiatia says, convolution a war. Nipe ba ayaresa, and ayareshe. And yeah, something is in Pongwan. Put it in home, almost say all the regions that I will assume I have for Bono East, Western North. In fact, Central region part the class so a hospital or conference. If you need pretty Kumasin and as any pretty Ashanti region one. Na obi sabe accident and emergency and sala e bi go le ba hono na akwafe se putupu asma bi esi gidigidi ne de ba abehwe se e bi nya doctor fo amoma hwe no It's a living class, a honor, a quiet man. And you young from the trouble thing. What is the trouble here? What would be I am share? If any kind of bar, maybe a quavium before some buses so I know, no matter how man a call hospital who will be no more yellow. I am Sabiaho. The dab on things are there. But you know what your mancho?
I am share by.
Yes. It is our fear and panic, no. I buy and a mammy can't say. And yes, I know some boy or Moyano, and our chief executive no.
Na
the sour no be said no here. Nothing to be alcohol as an emergency. So what alcohol they are. I am, and your first time I hold Yemeni. Your first time. Sabi or no or a doctor. Doctor company for whom you say your first time. It will be basse, Ubako, as an emergency or not a fireman. So very few times I remember alcohol. They be a fireman. And you say a how no wa a water and I'm a wa.
Yes.
A crime banner or one penny for hospital back on. No more fashion. You said, make out here.
Metewasina, na samne say, na afedie aburu on so. Inti, as I say, almost seek for support.
And I now seek for support. Now, cast a man for Emma, not support Naba. But you anybody doing the war, young canon director, it's answering so a bit in Java. So, what kind of direct you know, Sabi? The hospital no, any dia, ya bang, and one is in so the corner swap. So, you may think any problem. But yeah, and a system no more. In a kid idea on Fanachi at all. Now, Baba Trigger so said that 2 years I won't be in Fanachi. Not and Chinese. It's a mature.
Yes, but
because
you go
for Fanachi, Kaakyire and Miss you. Accident and emergency, a 30-year ma and then not finished. No crime banner or one holiday fashion. Management and never chief executives and never over the years. And in Bayern. They be a hoyama. Over here, Sabi. So we had no one and almost a hoyama. Over current for what I did that for my. And then a castle. I don't have hoyama.
But when you go to the extent, lawyer, when you go to the extent of saying a lack of the incompetence, it show to the extent that would be managing crisis. That's an indictment too.
Nadia would be predecessors. One more Abechamuko and managing. I don't know they won't be managing.
But lawyer, how can we are? Krata if he minister no ashare ye buy no so or how ever no so.
Yes, young fat and Punchen say, chief executive no wanyadi. Imagine you, young Punchen, wanyadi. The mum ya wanyadi no at Danchea. And young minister, and man minister point. And man in Krata. To Conference Board, directing them. Some will suspend the chief executive for 2 weeks. Now, almost suspending the VR, or reported to him, the minister. But you, Yamamua, Yam Pem Rasu Dintino, will be a boom Raswa if you buy any idea. Conference chief executive, and they are buying and are continuing. But not to the kind.
Matter the all kind, and I mean, himself, sanity and titwazo.
And you buying up appointing. A conference board and appoint your chief executive. And he said, the BSC or conference now the e board not to try. You must trace almost share the estimate. The little directive woman and where I bought conference home and one bought Holibu teaching hospital, all teaching hospitals. A buy and Ghana Health Service and Teaching Hospitals Act, 1996, Act 525, Part 2, no, and the board teaching hospitals now who by actually employees are what teaching hospitals now board now appointed. It's not me who say, so I directed me to the compulsory board. One, a illegal order. Okay, well, Omakoti section 36(1)(b), I was in the letter anymore. But the offer I can't hold. Number of ones in what you found here. Never say a one of my minister to me. So by the way,
okay.
The minister make us say minister is to and you are necessary. And the two what prescribed punishment. Let the chief executive know one man at Kenya, which from and run Musua, conference disciplinary committee. The local board may now constitute a committee to investigate the conduct of the chief executive. Or we are not board no was to India. Or the money. The whom he has to say a China one, who are transferring the Juma. And the minister the duty. And I'm emphasizing here. Among quoting Revia, a ministerial duty say, or no any prescribed punishments. Emma teaching hospital staff. And maybe anyhow, okay, Mr. Kind, baby, why one need own can in the council? Quoting section 36(1). Military PTA gives a honor originally or say the functions of a teaching hospital board in you under this act shall be exercised subject to such policy directives as the minister may determine. Will be now prescribed punishment by authority.
David.
You see, that is almost sure that anything will move Ginano. Yes, other than minister in the buy, now direct the minister in the buy. Any media, any basis legally. Interference. You see, we were confined to boss who are American. And we were confined to boss who are the minister American. Every time the car said, chief executive not in here. But minister was saying,
minister not saying,
because so to conduct in the camera.
Yes, based on the laws you have quoted, Nadia.
Now, if the chief executive, but you are entitled to be heard. What I am say, why you be here?
And until a man or friend one crime or coach lecture near me one crime.
Only said to me, no. Comparative board, unless I catch a comparative board be anybody. Comparative board, and I was said to me. Not was said to me now, but I don't know one that was suspended. No, I said, or directive comparative board to suspend. But you did
yeah. Now, lawyer, you move on to the third point, and also medical doctors and other staffs are overreacting, even though minister no action no enye no. On sign into say woman catch the woman who say woman nya adwuma bio. Oh, he's dropped off into Oba. Afia, oh baby, all fan community. Say, Osha Mranoa. No crane say, a board no NFA chief executive.
Yeah.
And it's a SMC hospital, na minister a hawa. Ya o ya ne say on board no be din komo. Na board no mu take action. O ma set up a committee. No ma investigation. Enye wo a wo ye minister no. And o ma instructions. Na just o direct board no on your omunye. And mra no so o mu ko tu ye no. Enye sa na tie. Nti ba bi onu feedback ne de minister need to me bia.
Say I was say
Okase ye ma papa no enko suspend. Nti say chief executive no kra no say nye ehuni sura obetimi ignore the minister no na why na because in board on my yes
because board mum ne yi no
that's the position but offend me enu wi a he comes to workers no a wo so decide say omo ye solidarity oso omo nso anamontuo no enye correct
ne sekai no we dey twa
bia na ye wie no a osan ba chief executives no so be din komo bi nti e ho nso ye beba na ya be din komo no whilst I hear trend so beba I'm sure we can go back to yensuo no ne aden but Kofi
na udin komo
no kore ne say ya anyen hyehyeye ne ya man hyehyeye no anya adwuma saadi we next year ya be san basu biu sa wahu videos a ewo as of market one
mehu
wahu ne AC wo
mehu videos
ese se obisa ho se eye den na kumase abedrum pempen so a ensuo to donhwere mienu a
na yire
obekọ adum
na wayema
all right lawyer
sababi
yes o third point no now say doctors yes
but mamini de la metan
okay
so minister will to me say for suspend there I don't know or cast another body in suspending actually we need to me the oye any minano asam no se ko sen adwuma nan kasa mrade ahye mo nsase mo nye no ani se mo behwe nkofo hospital chief executive akobe bibi na akoba se de shaka ana ya twina senten 2 weeks a most of the adwuma ne because they are suspending. I for one. Yes, woman. As against Nikaba Kupa, they are suspending. Chief executive is suspending, and now Mumpa, Component Yuma, at the Kofu. Because a man is say, the chief executive is Nipa. And rather say the board will appoint any senior member and any senior staff to perform the function. Section 39. And the 2 weeks no, and that the corner chief executive na no. Enunti ye koja ya henu ye sofa. Ana labor mo say wo for so. E omo fa so omo de strike na. O ko strike e wo hihye da ho.
Yes.
Limiti asese ye si ya mi ni se omo fa sa de mani nyina so.
Say enu na ma labor commission photo nsafre omo no say omo ni mra no so.
That is it. It is discipline. Now since you do. Bibi na si and the chief executive na bia we ni for say ade o mo hwehwe ni nsem ni ya ebi kwa no ni for ebi so no wadi for ya emra na meke di emra ka se yem fa so mfa entu anamo no one pasto a na so boto atem na wo ye and we should not encourage that.
Well, legitimate issues.
Now, your court strike, your court strike said of Uko in the India. So, who can heal the Balachi project?
Yes.
Private initiative, are renovating some blocks at Kojo. So, you are aware that what stopping Sadia is a moment in renovation. And now you are aware.
Menyawe, what stop there?
What stopping Hill Convalachi project, renovation of Muyano, and you are Mudi or Convalachi.
Chief executive,
current chief executive not stopping.
How?
And I will be saying, private initiative. I said, "No musica." Let me so may hear the video of work on Panachi. I also almost over mount. Private people don't know what they know. Before crowd the cancer, now I stop it, man. If you know, because Senate of Bar last year, May, a visit Abbey, Omunia. And I was thinking, say, you grab the man for a striker. And to help workers, and our doctors some call striking. One of the reasons I don't come call striking, because the way you are a wire bata and conform what you innovate. What's happening? I've already almost here.
Lawyer.
Oh, that is here, and then you check. Oh, I never bring there for so. So, if you any pa, Bunze, Yenima, Yenima Basa.
Lawyer, on the Hill Confanoche project, on the Hill Confanoche project, the last time, Yane PR, no, Edin Komo Hono. Now, or say, on my auditor, Yade Koma Yura. Na wo mo ahwem ti etwetwema so kakra se wo se efibra o mo bae no wo mo nya adwuma bia
ebi no se bia no na o kan se mini akwan fun pon asa na mo kan
ameka kwan fun pon asam
na aye comparison adwuma so mbe private entity audit few comparison project a private body and again. It is a sign of action or say, we are confronting our audit in a confrontation. Name the catcher will say, and your confrontation, a Juma. Audit a course, and a deal confronting project one and after the audit. Confronting a hand via Kojo, Patrick TV or my there. Omba ko si dan ma comparatia can comparative for this facility.
But lawyer, is it not a collaborative way? O question is
comparative audit the same facility TV. E ko si dan ma comparative si ya. Can comparative say e dan no mu si no. Omumpa ehun enyema ni ehun sika nyina handi over mo chief executive and our management.
But because it's also a partnership arrangement that almost use hospital now solicited for funds, no? How do we account for that bit?
Because you got to any partnership.
Now, I say,
yeah, they are wow. Companochi, mind ya. Over the years, a buying between was no more in 1955. And Uncle Kubia come home said, or my register entity no the year, human. Yeah, work on Panochi. Since one of our partnerships, document then about the company partnership. Panochi is the recipient organization, beneficiary organization. The Panochi will say, also, yes, more Panochi will be able to say, what is your outside Panochi? Or what we see at dying and now projects? Edema Panochi. Has Panochi ever asked them to hand over the execution of the project to Panochi? Because now partnership BMM, I challenge anybody, any partnership, any private initiative, for support to solicit funds and renovate some of the works. Because you may know, when you say material from Mutoya, normally yes, I mean, let people not say things they don't know. Let anybody produce any agreement that says that project, Companochi and the new Companochi Foundation and Companochi there. Sabi, I didn't know who you are, Companochi. And to Companochi being more. And sorry, but then your partnership.
And you are suggesting, say, what's the school? I partnership. We are there, headmaster, they are away. We are there, schoolman, they are away. But say a day, I will see if you have the fever. Oh, dear, if you are domicile, I will see a moment. They are ready for it. And what we have to move on to see domicile. On but provided I'm one, you have to discuss me. Maybe land in the one by the amount. Almost mean that baby Anka say they are doing that in partnership with you. When and yes, I here. The lawyer, on Tias, and say, the entire Hill Confanochi project and course, no, chief executive for who say, no, and one whole project. No,
yeah, Sopino. Sopino. And I'm on tour a course one. The view of our board chairman, Sasha, the private entity handing over the execution of a project in Pama Confanochi and to the chief executive in now. The correspondence are there. They actually did that. Opa, so I'm calling for Confanochi, the reservation, he Confanochi for a year, man.
That doesn't mean, say, and they Ubia the support to be back on Confanochi through Hill Confanochi project now. Chief executive, ne say, Omunyana.
Makacho said, 5th May last year, and was stopping a human air costume. And you got your become the year, and we are on the mouth.
Me pe insisuo bi.
Maybe no Katai. What say?
Me pe insisuo.
And I make a show. Among fathers, the on such and so date. Contractors are no more yet, man. Almost started, and I think the mobile started. After he covered project for Libya.
Right.
Since I mean, we are a indiscipline. Minister of America, Chief Executive, or your Dr. Who are your Abra and Rawa will be to an amoa. ɔwɔ sɛ mmara no ɛna guide no anaa ɔfa mmara no so de tu anamo wokɔ strike a ɛyɛ afɛte obi adi no o strike so ɛso nipa soɔ but ɔmo hwɛ nipa nti no biribi kakra na sɛ ɔmo nyɛ adwuma pɛ ɛtumi de nipa ewuo ba na wokɔ strike yi na sɛ nipa wuyi a na ebi a ɔmo arɛsɛ ɔmo biribiara no makɔ adwuma yi sɛ nipa no owuyi no ɔbɛdɛ no waba wopa mmerakɔ aso koraa na wokɔɔyɛ a ɛbɛka sɛ fine apa mmerakɔ aso akɔ strike nti obi atɔ mu awu a ɛnyɛ wo dɛ koraa a ɛno deɛ wopa mmerakɔ aso na wei a ɔmo fa mmerakɔ aso yɛ nti the whole adeɛ no esi yɛ nyinaa no asɛ obi a ɛyɛ deɛ ɔpɛ mmara wɔ hɔ mmara ni hɔ obi a ɛyɛ deɛ ɔpɛ minista ɛyɛ deɛ ɔpɛ chief executive yɛ deɛ ɔpɛ workers now work comparatively, the doctors who say health workers who almost yet your pay.
Lawyer, Ujidi says, almost drink yen one. A hill conference project as CEO say, oh my end to us, no, and no moment as well, almost call yet, and I say, Omujaya Juma home. Oh, then we are no young fact who say, yeah, yet, I will be the chief executive, they are suspending. Young from that council. And they are for strike because of the suspension of a chief executive. And yet, not even know, you cooperative project, a renovation, I can see it. I don't want to know in any doctor Pulino. Of course, I know what here, the papa, every year, Juma. Take me into all this while. And I know when I was said, innovation works to be possible. Yeah, I will. Now, for the overall 2 things, you will now was a renovation was to be copied. Meaning? Yes. And the health workers I work on policy cannot tell me, say, or move me, say, Sergeant, your guy. Lawyer, say, no, my boy, I'm an yes, warm bay. And then, yeah. And again, is an intervention from Yura, and I'm a woman air quadrant. You see, let me point this out. So local strike and now uncle strike. What should be kind of be something to say? Or I'm rushing to choose an amount. What I'm found that answer, maybe no, you are giving me. Hey, suspension of chief executive, 2 weeks. I'll be back. You're going to say, a board of crown, yeah. Now, you can know what's happening. You see, you call strike. And I did Kaakyire say, some of them are part of the core striker. But you end up with the crowd who come with you. One from that council. And I'm the cousin. So be very a kumua. It's not say, I don't have to say, I don't have to say, Omunyajuma, Adaya, you're suspended or more. Chief executive. No be tell me we are. Sabe como aí ele said, so strike ni legal. And number council not will be tell me we are. Sabe o mane ku tell ipan. Me mo so pa am council a. Na obi fa mu ehwe no nkwa. Eno de o ye mu fia eneye. Adentina wo se otu bo na demu ansa. But what is our question? I didn't know what to think of the answer. Overall, to a suspended doctor, you need to be. I don't know strike on. Right. It's not bad. But you remember, no, dear. A bear, the Thomas Banner, and go for a copy. I said, Ombinia. I said, let me I am here hopeful. Yes, the man there is no memoir. The big cheer, young from running near Juma. Put him right here, Juma. The woman, and no big do, and then it do, and run out near Juma. Well, from Ryan, yes, Juma. What I say, we'll be a very thing. Now we'll be a yet. You just get the Satan or mine.
Minister no sa. This year onya boche. Minister letter no kwa wacho. Act 525. Omo ye Act 526. This year omo nya boche. No mama wo aye omodwuma no enye omodwuma. Ese o se ko aye di na conference board mem. And so wo na what to na so mo sa. Ba mo be mo say minister say wa direct wo. Na me board chairman. Let me catch your talent now. Come and make sure back, sir, respectfully. You are not supposed to direct us to suspend somebody. I think here, you should. If you achieve a negative, why did you say, okay, yeah, you should. If you as a board now, you should more. And how much the committee, and how much the committee, if you should me, every recommendation is a great board now. Chief executive 1 year. Yeah, if you got 2 weeks, you can't do so. If you are more than 1 month, if you are 2 months, if you come with my recommendation, I'm not going to say, oh, let me appoint you a year ago.
All right. Lawyer, but that's an pay. Lawyer and I was said, and pay and didn't come for not teaching hospital. We're paying 70. I'm sure, say. Newsroom any production ebe pick up the aka no kovi
me no in common baby as a ho no ehwe masopa no hill conference project no enkoma o kase CEO amo master as of last year May bepim samre no o master adwuma no because enra na yedi nkomo se san nkomo no ya ade bi a me CEO buy no wa hwa omoguso omoye but as nkomo no efiro no aso ye ba no ye quite different
and you say adwuma de giant nyame adom ye ben hospital
on to say e be probi
ye be kona ya na say
so wa ya le obi be bo wa sa ya de wo san ka se wo mpa ya esa no na aye bibi ho
you say ye kokoye eko probi san komo no sa na lawyer e ka no etia na but then if you na ye di flooding issue no ho komo e wa kra send city Ujidi say nadumo for taxa president the amom no omitime deliver.
Maestro, flooding nkomo won kran ho. On say ye pie no na me ka kire o say konfa che nkomo yi. Ya enra obi ani age say doctor for say through Otum force intervention. Wo mo san akoye adwuma. Pepa bia report ho asem ene. Na kire se kumase nkomo no ase enye ebinom adehia de
formo
enti etuo nkwatwere de twere akrafo ni wo nkomo ye hwe kumase
yesu ni nkomo
ne yenso yen kansa mansaman ho asem Maestro so wanyini kakra bes no wote sensa mansaman fo bo sabi kuraba kra obi bate so no otimi mu akwada no sore na wo pentam de awurade ma kwahyem paase se de be ya nsaman fo ba omba be hu se ne fi ate enne saa de ni twa mu no yesi yete kumase ha ya so ye men ya mfa mra bia nya adwuma keme fo modin a wo mu bo bebrebe aka sanitation komo no kumase fo se yente still ya to ball egu still ye fi tizuba sen saman se ba na ba tina ofie na ye bola na ja ne ho saa na se officer ni duru ho na obehu se bola ne si ho a no atwero paper a de ye misa ohwe ne ate amon na court no akoyi wo anu de nti a wa ye fi na yesi ahonidie ha ene nyameso mpa ne nam ti wa sa woda sore na mpota mu tia ya wo ho ya wo sen
afia
ya
nyameso mpa ne ni ho
ene ye de ahoni
what you say
ahonidie aka
nyameso mpa no ni ho ndi ahonidie no a wo kan emma
asemo
because men kai the last time akumase say insuatu kumase na Iri.
Oh, but last 2 years, ensure to a doom central business district. Now when you
because gutters ni nyina nsuo ni beto na e choked.
Because
first center were doom.
Esikafo nketwa na aba kurom ha. Aka kire ye ho se baabi a obehu asase bia obeto asidan.
Na me da ho wa wotwa asase na mani. E dey na wo so conscience e kire wo. Na se nipa no so sha ase se o develop asase no a law enforcers no ya na omo wo he. Mo be kwa madan no omo kukura si ho awie. Se de no na president e ka se omuhunu ne sa demolition exercise ne be so ano kakra no. Should we get there? Esase e ma nipa no kukuru edan ni si wo wie. Ene asan aboka de mfidi akodwiri ana ahyase no ya na mpanimfo no woi.
Enra na pani ba kwa ene ne di nkomo ka se omo challenge with human resource. Jobeko department no. Ebi omo hia nipa be 15 16 for a whole district. Omo e wo ho yes adwuma no. Omo ye be miensa. Omo ye nipa 9. Se ompo apeso omo be ya. Ese so omo ande omo car na ekohwe. Na sika ya ye agi. Obia de ne de atokakra o de bo ne ho bra. Na se ono na o de koye oman ya adwuma. Se duru ba bia obetwoku.
But of sa nipa 9 nipa miensa okay. So mo effective nkwana so wonim say
effective ben na resources ade be ya ni ho awofa.
Na Bantama constituency kura. So wonim say de etie.
So pa.
Nti oka Kumasi district a. Kumasi district no Bantama ka ho. Okọ manhia area ho nyina e ka ho. Nti wo ma esese kwaye sa adwuma.
Na nipa tare.
So omu ye nipa dumpo a. Na omu nika. Man be no be fa so a. Omu be ye. Again, he raised the issue about political influence. And then anonymous influence. Asase no, ohini bi na ton asase no ma wo. O yesa wo kọ ho a, na ya fra wo.
Onu mum de wontimi nye hwe.
What you say? Political influence. Oh, penny bi say ehana opeso osi ne dan. Nti penny ne dan no, osi wo ho a enye yie. Na nsu tumi nti wasi ewo ho. Na nsuo se usi ne kwan wa ha obepe ba bi foforo afa.
Ode ho ode e beba.
Ofa eno na ma Kumasi nkomo no. E kama ye se currently baby ejina no. Se ya hwani ni hu nkomo yie. Na nkomo na KM boss yi di se ode town council for beba bi. Kan ye friends tanka so beba bi. Na omo amam amefa ehu bi an hye yemu okrom hanoma. I think say yentimem for no yaso odin because udi flooding ho nkomo na a combinative of natural and then human factors. In a day sa ne ma ne ba.
Enra na nadmopani ne se flooding ye natural disaster.
Disaster. Ono ne say agobi no odi. Ono oni nkomo na.
Na sa flooding ye natural disaster.
Ensuo natural se ensuo beto.
Ofa.
Se ensuo to na bibia nsi ensuo kwan a. Ofa ne kwan asokọ.
Natural say nsuo beto.
Yeah.
But then anytime meeting come say a combinative of natural and human factors.
Yes, so the human factor will be flooding is not a natural disaster.
The man human factor no ema natural no eye adwuma ne say what is it then see baby no kwan say usi. Let's say insuo na to naturally insuo no fa wato or baby ni ti afa.
Nti
it wo dan na wakwakosi di esi wo no. Definitely baby insuo na wo say fa na wakosi dan esi wo no say insuo pe baby di eden. Efa.
Say no na nadmopani ne kan say ye creative
ena ama ensuo na yiri afa
ensuo ni yiri fire
nti nkase nyame na de flood
ye jai de ese ye jai no
nyame atoni nsuo
ye jai de ese si ye jai no ensu yiri no emma so unim se krom ha esikafo nketwe si dan wi a asase no
esikafo nketwe mo ne hwefo yi
ya mo na anu ya no mo nyeske na se krom ha ye ni masikafo e wo krom ha
iskafo da na iskafo
ye wa sikafo a ye nananom beto wo mo ye wa sikafo a ye gyanom beto wo mo ye wa sikafo a ye nso ye beto wo mo ene ye wa na anu ufo ye obi ani kwan o mafa so anya sika o mo ne nam ye nso yi Omo ho asam na meken. Ene kroma nkofo si dan a obekọ no. Asase ne ba bia ya hata so. Asase no ne ba bia ya hata so. Ya to wia, ya to pavement blocks wo so, ye wia ya the tiles aguso. Enti ehe na nsuo no eta. Kwa asase na aseko. Nsuo no eta. Niema ejina ma ono. Ene se ekwa asase ni. Yanzu say biaye bia ni wa nsuo to a ekwa asase ni. Nti ni nyina beba begina akwan no so. Ni nyina beba befa ba bia ni se fa no.
And say na akwa to the extent say nsuo no na manfo esi dan de si. Baby a metini say dan say na menam ho ekwa kodi me dwuma bi kakra wo intemo. Na makoto say tebom ho ba bi nsuo no na obi esi ni dan de si nsuo no. I was thinking say na wasi dan de si nsuo nti say nsuo to na say yiri na say fa wo no ma free akwa. Eno no o ko ka kira ban say bi baby
o say ye kan mo kan kira say abrochire na ye kwan wo nsuo.
Ofa yen technology ni nduru ho.
But that's what they tell us.
Yen technology no.
So abrochire nyina ye kwan wo nsuo eti usi. But just as you are saying,
you know the Netherlands they compare.
Ye ni hu ahoden. Ye ni hu nimdie.
Mo ahoden ni munyansa.
Ehu nyansa eni ho. Nti ade ne ye mo kakra na ye wo no ho ba me se kuma se on. Problems na ye benya no. Ye nya hu hwe.
You no start yet.
Sen kran de ye nim say ye flood prone area. Ha ne ye se ye nim. But o de ma ho afe mfie mienu. Wo be hu ne ye besi kura bi.
Na se nkomo na kemi boss di no ne ye adwen. So say tankers.
Oh, na say tankers obia o nyini wo kura mu. A o hu tankers. Ye ka tankers asem a on kasa nye.
Dabi.
Eye.
Enti me de masam ne say emra no se be ye adwuma ene hia o. Se mra no be ye adwuma ene hia. Ene won a ekoje sa sika no so mo be di no kre
ene hia.
O ti ase enti nka nipa no kọ na ye che no a ye ntue sika ma obi ntro receipt because ene nkofo ye receipt books enti eno anse ye de account no ma na kwa watua na ekoye ye se charge wa tuane ma receipt dia ene na yasan boka so man
because those times no better tankers bo no bie dika obie
ofana bola no de ewura dem
ka kire o se na emra eye adwuma na emra eye
adwuma so na de military road de
so wo kan wo mo se wo mo banka soja ban de oh nti me say wo de yenya civilian na the mentality no military mentality
kakre
enu nti na me gidi say won a they say na wo be national service so ko military training and security training ebe boaye wo be ba no na wadwi mu ada ho
kakra enu be boa
wo be ba no wadwi mu ada ho because kwan e fa so boy bra kuri mu no say ye nya nkrofo a omde mra be ye adwuma na ne maame mfre no mo nkasa maame emma nkomo we mu a na koye nana abeidie wabeso me nam jijisi ejai na pani ya frɛ me saa de na ma oman Ghana enko na
no kre
nti eno na esisi ye hwe ne ye flood ne de kopem sa nkofo tuwura wonim se ye won nkofo okrom ha omo ejanan kafra omo de afa pipes mu a ekogu gutters mu
wo kra nsuo to a afina
nsuo to a na omo ebie
nennam
se de be ya ebe fa mu akọ na Japan pan wo mantamu ho
enya asem keto a
na we de chechire man
na kwakra ekogu he
ebia
we de chechire man
to the extent say bi obi a ote bebi anipa dodo ote na onye nentwie onye nwan onye poultry farming nsuo to a afina oboaboa sai mua no ejenye nyina no e dia kogu gatem na nsuo na nto kese na sete a ofa intemu ho no untimi ntina bera no pay no ebe makwan na ye bie your phone lines na wo ne mampanyin etimi edi nkomo bebre e wo ha no lawyer ene offer edi nkomo sanso na flooding issues no so wo ha no ma yedi e ho nkomo ewa ha no mati ye bibie ye phone lines no na ne mampanyin etimi edi nkomo but then mamen ka wo say ye ne based on Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics and AD Jumedie no kama mo and also ya say AD Jumedie no etimi edi abroad de bia me di nkomo me ka cho say wo pe company a say bi omye very good omye legit na ometimi edi woniama efri ahanomako abrotre akodi hu dwumade ama wo na so wetimi akra ne efri abrotre edi aba Ghana hanoma na me kanfo based on Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics for the amount. So omono oko maso ya omono obeko terms and conditions. Bibi bia opese okra bia and say your home appliances. Say the vozi cars ya abasui sebi ye credit fra broche de ba na amount so edibi ebo omo ho bra e wo krom hanom no. Omo so ba omono ebedi san komo ni nyina kama. Na bibi bia opese wo ye bia no omo so etimi aboa wo na wetimi edi odwuma kama pa e wo krom ha. Na okwa ometimi amma omo promotion omo run ya e koso no na sika obetwia so de e kakra bi etukoma so e na ni omo enkodi enkomo okọ Kotoka International Airport a ehonum no obenya omo e wo ho
bajo Kotoka na ye he
Accra International
is it obviously a free Kotoka ho Kotoka di dia da sisi
Accra International Airport wa obenya omo sanso na Kumasi aso de chem so obenya omo na oni omo edi enkomo omo phone lines no edi egu honum edi amount from then you ending nkomo na bibia enkoye emfa ema sounds like Millennium Construction Company Limited almost so boy and pa omo boy emedwumedi we etimedi bro de bia medi nkomo ka cho say aban contractors no mo ayama mo contract na say bi mo pe omo a omo si dan company omo si dan ewo building materials no me kamfo Millennium for the amount because of say omo iron rods omo blocks omo cement omo bibia eboa ema adansie no ekoso kama pa edema wa opese usi wodan mo abrochie no a se bi mudi sika na ma ofafo na ma ofafo na tene sika no so no beko na insuma saase yedi hu nkomo eno bi na omotima akoto ede ama no na eno no nyaade ye se otimi edi hu dwuma enti ko Millennium for aso ye na omo endi hu nkomo enfa beden me wo Jama ewo ahoma no so Jama good morning. Hello Jama good morning.
Medwadu o mase anopedia mamemfa akonya so na mentia me papa Professor Joshua Alabi yo regional chairman statement chairman na kuti ana income regional secretary ba chamfo na so inhia so ye de obofo ana e ba chairman ono so mamentia na anopenso ye mama mo na ezini anopeya tiem kakra na lawyer ni na mo friend me gidi se menene ya adwon 100% because edikan wo doctor ni a work on for noche gidi se fio na wo no wo mfa na adwuma enti ade na wo so say wo ko strike and wo ko demonstration wo ko strike because of FCO nti aban ne FCO na juma na minister and FCO na juma minister betimi atache enne di FCO ma yiwedi ana ma sesan ana ma suspend wo doctor ni de wo ye wajuma enye wo wasem enti say wo be so say wo ko strike say because of say ya suspend ICO enti wo ko strike ene mempa because as a comfort che hono mo ya di hono aye politics too much because e ba na say mo si yenko wie segua yenko wie fere agana 1112 before the krom na trade o mun ko wie e na na start ya na that the last 8 years and start Dr. Poni na na mo we na mo ni comfort na che ho duru bebi ma comfort na che tutu kura ma usi ho kura na yeye na mo hefa adam ada na man ko sura kan kan tira ma na no wo so wonko wie wie sa de na ma mo na ko tiko ko so no sore ana ojiji iska san wo tumi sisi ho kakra aka mina na mo ye juma na nya wanwa because o mu leader na wada o ma no no wo ko pe MP e wa sunafo no MPP dimu enti ya politics no ya na nya juma bi no mo ye na no so men ko tin say I case ya central I market portal o mu ko contractor ha ko pa na say manin to no office no nya juma na nti na ne dey afede sa na mo hunu to the last 8 years na mo nyina na mo we san jodifo na ne mo hunu say o mu central market ma mo na mo we mo tana 8 years na na do to want me anya ai rescourse ai dimu ko guye na tama ko jobonsu ene president Mahama eye phase 1 o mu ko siesio e ko siesie di mu ko eno kra na mo se mo nko ye ho demonstrate broni atwi mu to asem batama ye ba be phase 2 obi anko pe ba bi ama na ko do rescourse e bubu ama pata so mu ina ka ma no tu just you ai 1 year and 5 months no mu hu se ye yue ye abra 8 years na mu ina no ti ha nti sa de no mu nja 2024 ekoto aba nya Asante region kwa na koto aba the whole Ghana na koto other 15 regions the gente bro ha na something say apart from Asante region it's a bibia man na politics sa na mo ye Kojo Bones wo si rating park mo titi ni sa
yo jama ya beda wase Roman father o ahoma no so yini nkoma no pay
Papa you kase na apogbo ko de
Nyankopon adom so so bibia boko ene man pay kasa
if you're my life, I'm a police commander. You are to the power one of that. And now there's a migration that yet you must not keep back the power. I want to cook up, let the back and the national life. That's also the secretary of one PP. Now, we are Friday and what we do, like I said, no kind of thing. But make sure that you look at the because ball, you have to play the business to the bar. No, make sure that I'm quite different. Some business, and don't know, and me as a media, and call this possible, and the follow. But make sure that Friday, the big year, which is about the term of the after that, it will tell you, it's not down there. Put the more than that, the second room. Who put a walk over that? A top wall, the same one, and so many people have been there. Yes, that is the so, because the theater the babe or any good. I know him as really. It is well than a thing. You have to defend of whatever to be said of who. Almost came and you couldn't see them there. So, the engineer you are and for rest is the time what is good. What the political capacity? Who are not the other? A confirmation from the government. For one know what you do because you have to go over. Who would say, and the winner, before it's weird, not the way the moon has about. If we are focused on what that when you are happy about it, you will not go to COVID over job. But what you don't have that next over somebody. And then you want to know about it. And our blessings of woman like you. Come to the bound of that one. Roman for the America. The minister today, people move, but the winter would want to know why you guys. What the president of football? That the football of I want that. It has been done. That's what.
River father that's far there ultimate frame but then you didn't in your normal our moody or mawadano you do mujumano ewa hanum kama pa eti ma mensha ase na yintimi emobo birthdays this so family in your normal moody or mawada enne na we say happy birthday to Felix Jemfi of Techiman from Nana Kaakyire 6Am eti Felix yama happy birthday yakupon shao na nia we bia no ontoni bosupano emfa enguso emfama we so say happy birthday to Mr. Daniel Owusu Jumfo of Odotobri Community Bank PLC Bwakwa branch from Nana Kaakyire 6Am eti Mr. Daniel Owusu Jumfo Nana Kaakyire say yen wish you happy birthday yakupon shao na onshira onsan wadwuma na bibia nkoye emfama we say happy birthday to my pastor Samuel Jan of Believers Chapel Worldwide, South Sontreso, from Nana Kaakyire 6Am. Eti Pastor Samuel Jan, Believers Chapel Worldwide. Yeah, we show happy birthday. Nyankopo inshao na onwosrano enye kese pa ewo ehonum. Na mame nwoshe Mr. Alex Kweku Asafu Ejay a happy birthday. Yes, Director General of Scholarship Authority in Ghana. Lawyer mami wish you happy birthday Daniel Nkoye family yakopon inshao na yehu adom ne kese ewo so ewo udwumedia udi ewo bebia we say Bishop Dr. Akwesi Kwarten Arena of Love Church ene eyewa woda Bishop mayen wish you awoda pa happy birthday Daniel Nkoye family tie nuanom a omudi omawoda ena ende yetimi aboboso edi amount se ene udi wawoda ena do hu se one sebi omu a omu enimu nyampa na no udi wawoda ene ti sabri no bayin twa ye hombre twa ye ba pe nkomo no yere toaso edi amount of fache Daybreak Kojo Marfo a saso na Afia twuma kechi wa ha me kofi wa ha no ye twa ye ho abasese ba pe ya kanyina no yere betoaso edi amount ya basese ya ahano but ofana edru so no ye ba bedi nkomo ye betwetwe nkomo na ene nkomo no so no aye wo de e wo bibia wo hwen edi frame wo Mr. Kojo Marfo e wo menchen e wo hanom or a senior media practitioner ye na de djumadi no e wo hanom kama kon ene no o say oba betinem na se bi ono so aye analysis na kakra because of face so this djumadi na che ye de bia no betina akunu no atoto amanfo ano ene no ono so abetinem aye ba betoto na no na yene no edi nkomo kama e wo hanom sanso na Mr. Prince Techi eso ewo menchen ewo ha or a public interest advocate no djumadi no e down so pa wonim de no wasanso wa ben ewo nia oyibia mu ewo ne djumadi mu so no so wa hanom a yene no e ba bedi nkomo emre nsem no Dr. Abraham Jemfi ono ye lecturer Emma Houston University e ba beka yensa na yene no atoa nkomo no so e de efri ho no bere no nkomo no e fa kese pa no ejina na no ada nkomo a epiye se ministers ye mom awards ewo krum ha na no ekofa a lot of controversies at the by se ministers no se bi bebre na akotue sika eno mo de kwaje awards no controversies na ba pesa white controversies surrounding this issue aba but then ye nkoma ye ba bidi na ejina se e was a government appointees so eager e was a omo so eager se ye mom award based on their performance omo AD as government appointees my Ghana na because ya tin common be say President John Dramani Mahama etime issue krata pa dia culture say bi ono na epa omo say omo kodi omo djuma enfamwa ema na momo no ntimi nkoye so ono ensure any awards be amfam omo a say bi private entity awards be a obe ensure na no kwan so omo som na nkofa anything be amfam beta ono ankasa Jumedia Odi as president for my Ghana. E hon komo e wa hanuma ye ba bedi. Nkomo na nkasa ne se e wo some ministers any G awards rather than so be focusing on their performance e wo se omudi edema on my Ghana na. E hon komo e wa hanuma ye ba bedi. Sounds so na ye maame said na Tamoklo atiuno anka ne no ye Maslock chief executive officer enra e dey say the extradition from US to Ghana or Babidru na okwako serve 10 years jail term ewo in Sawam na sene no na nkowa krata no omudi hu nkowo no utim hu se na oflade on most of the front pages of our newspapers are you reading and now pay na ehun nkomo no se nkomo na akoso with Tamaklo no ebeboa ama ye justice system no etimi afapem anase intimi mboa emane emfapem ehon koma eno so no ye ba bedi ewo ahanom enti senisiti no nso betimi nyawo de e de free ba menhia se ewo Mr. Kojo Marfo so ofa bemana looking at nkoma akoso together with the regional ministers any other ministers are none other yakobo mabaso akofa hu se media ba no is it on the big motive say bia no I was a ministers say abosobody no betimi aboa ama omo position within the governance no etimi ejine ye di amom ana say was omo twen na president ebo omo abaso mom ansa no maje na emu ne hin na was ministers ene sebi ya yete ha ye di hu nkobo no was ekoye de mo
okay covid medase yen ka say me nhu ohawa ye nyina ye nya so man na ministers nipakuo bi na tenase ena omo hwe adwuma ministers no aye ena omo se omo se abasobo menyi ni se kuri aye wo mu adwuma bia obia eye se ye ka se wabɔ ne ho modern ye bɔ na baso a eye mfunso se nipa no ebekɔ na wakɔgye saa abodin no aye de ma no I really don't get the argument eba up no as a more yam na say nipa no a ye bɔ na baso no waye mfumso se obi ahwɛ na adwuma na o se wadwuma yi a wo ye no ye ni so wadwuma no nti bra na ye nka se ayiko eno ho ntokwa na ye kunu krom ha na se won a ekɔgye abaso bɔde no asɛm bi a efi siga pani ne ho baa ya o ka se o One organize saa event no. Na womu jiji sika every ministers na any chief executives na ho. Na enu nti ne ye bo ma baso no. Enu ne ye ka ho asem. Menyi ni sa baso bo no mfomso obi a wo ho. Mete ha, me ye adwuma. Friends ye adwuma. Kofi wote ha o ye adwuma. Wa adwuma no a wo ye no. Na womu a ehwe yen no say. Wa adwuma eso wo ani. Nti omo ba na omo abema ayiku. Minister no mfomso a waye no. Ene ne we hen. In the guidelines a womo ede ye adwuma e wo presidency no. Ya kan in the guidelines say we minister na wo ye adwuma na adwumakuo bi ba se ye bebo waba so a enisa wo je ana. Ya kan se eye mfomso se wo ye adwuma no. Enisa oje abasobo bia ana. San hihye ni ni ho. Enti kopim se executive secretary issue statement say mampani feel say the air kono mon twen so kakra na ebresem omo abeye assessment of mo adwuma na fe de esese ye bona baso no ya bona baso de ni se ye bona baso no se esese ye gya no kwan ye be gya no kwan se esese ye man ba before crop kwa ye be man akọ asem bia nsi. Let's look at allegation no ababonte. The allegation from Siga Penny ho Pesa White. Waka ho asem o tro on social media platforms so. On fire evidence bi amai.
On fire evidence bi amba.
Pesa White nkomo no a wadi no. Adanse a kire say agency no and event organizers no
ebe
request say on tua sika ti say na ye mo na baso no adanse na way.
But then I've seen yesterday me who letter be na running through social media.
Okay.
And the letter no, so her content of the letter, it wasn't about say Ubi Echo extorting money from the ministers. But then it was a letter, big event for no extra edekoma ankrankre juma for say omumbebwa no munsum based on an event na ekoso. So say audio related to Pesa White, and I think say it's quite different because that is a letter EP.
Oh say enrana me ka say who follow event organizers na de no omo ye na ene krata na omo de ba abonten na ba bia ni ho a omo ka say omo demand sika from omo a omo bo omo abaso omo e bo abaso no enhwehwemu bia nso maaya kire say ebia Greater Accra Regional Minister ye bo na abaso no otua sika say ansa na ye bo na abaso eye nkomo a nkofo di no abonten. But minyi ni se ye trans ni ye di nkomo esise de anopa ye di no a esese ye gina saa nkwanche nkomo no so na ye de esopa minister bia Siga Penny no ye Pesa White no nkomo no odi ye provide evidence a kire say event company ne ba me ho se memma wo mu 50,000 memma wo mu 50,000 a wo mbebo mabaso man farmer wo mu nti ena ya mo mabaso no ye nya sa nyina so no a na afei ya hwese ne ye nko ye nhwehwemu ebia sa de wo de bre wo no wo de abre other ministers any chief executives wo bo wo mabaso say san nkomo ne tia then we can now be holding the ministers responsible.
Offer me will letter be wa letter no nkomo na meeting no.
Okay.
Me nya letter no e wa ha no because anyone na me hu this letter on our social media. So it says that dear Professor Michael Pesa White, request for support and then to ensure that 6th edition of Ghana Minister of the Year Awards is delivered to a standard befitting our awardees and to make platforms sustainable for future years. We kindly request your organization financial and institutional support. Your contribution will be applied towards venue, food, and drinks for attendees, production, costs, guest logistics, media coverage, and post-event documentation and promotion of award winners. We would be grateful for your company sponsorship support of 50,000 Ghana cedis. That's 50,000. And Kaakyire 6Am, 500 million. As a partner sponsor your support will be greatly acknowledged during the awards ceremony. So they actually went to Mr. Kwesa White basically for sponsorship of $50,000.
So what is the argument? The accusations are eco ministers suggesting say omo kutueska ene ama omo abodi ya bo omo abaso no ewen. Say krata we na call Kwesa White ho a krata we demanded from Kwesa White say untueska na. They were asking for sponsorship. And yen that this is what happens everywhere. You solicit for support as a media platform. Say ye pesi edi dwuma bi. Ne ye twro koma Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. Say ye hear support, ye hear sponsorship. Ya twro krata akoma Regional Coordinating Council. Ya twro krata akoma Environmental Protection Agency. Ya twro krata akoma Health National Health Insurance Authority. That ye edi dwuma bi. Ye be pese mo be boa ye. Is there a crime?
No.
Say ye twro krata ne brownie ye kan say wo boa ye dwumadie no ase no ye bebo udin ni amamansan ye hu say wo so yan ase ne ye de say dwumadie e baaye ntiwom nso na wase a asem asi. And so the fixation about ministers na kotueska at this point there is no evidence.
But then people are also of the fact say the timing.
What timing?
The timing of the awards wasn't right purposely. Say share some of the ministers from Koji awards now. People are also of the view say the timing of the awards also wasn't right for some of the ministers and even the ceremony as a whole.
Kofi, at every point there will be disagreements. Time I will be person will be didi. Any time I may person be didi. Ebe dance.
Well, if I
just
just 16 months into government.
I'm saying that even if after 3 months, yet krum hey, ya says President Mahama after 100 days. Near says President Mahama after 100 days, no. Near says so abon home modi an bende.
That is we the citizens.
So any entity, adwuma na yenua Musa Dankwa. NDC presidential election dabe. Next year. Or started dabe.
I think 2 months ago.
Is it a crime? An entity. A jumaku bi say, media man who said nipa baako mienu miensen. Omo bo omo ho modern. Afibia ye in the last 6 years. A branson say ye. Nti adwuma no omo aye no ye hwene aka say se wabɔ ne ho modern a ye bɛbɔ na ba so. Wo tinchen unya nya wo de. Wo complain say aden no obi eye de de.
But of our Prince. Prince. Good morning.
Maestro, good morning.
So you are there.
Namiadum.
Now in Corona Babijina say ministers awards I raised a lot of controversies. As a public interest advocate, what's your stand? Was it right for the ministers not to be awarded? Was the timing right? What are some of your thoughts about this?
Right. Ma minchia ashefo any for you know. Minchia Frank Denyansa. You know, my depending on monitor media online. The kind say métier of Kojo common upon. Largely benene agent ba baby was some benene difa kakra. On say release BD can buy. And a reshuffling release be.
Yeah.
A buy in a party, you know, a issue statement say a fake. Na chi anasa was we then a buy. Now, Mijidi say appoint you be as a minister. Or you're responsible to report to the president because on a year appoint on our appointing. Again, our ultimate responsibility to report to young Ghana for. Now, so far, obi obe letter I free secretary to the president Obaina. President say one on a criteria how on the bachelor why na mo de why na mbo mo de. E bachelor say wo opposition crown who retain it and I say you free ho and I reshuffle. Now, young Ghana for so no. Yes, ye nya asem bi aka o ya asem ne say 4 years ne so a. Ye bachelor say collectively go here releasing a free Dr. Kalisu so by now. E just say aban ye mampani hwe say what to me execute manifesto NDC for the buy. O sector ne de what to aye ni yi. Nti emisi ehun say agency a e ma awards ya or kire say obi na the best performing minister no. Criteria no the buy no. E follow mampani na o appoint ne de na say won wa de ne de na o de ye. What in the area, and then you shape what you call public perception. Release our bus, about be a reshuffling, you be a film. Intention I was when they're the best. And you know, a basana, and man, come on here said, hey, man, penny, no, be a son the best now, they also win his eye. Oh, the other team.
There's a whole field said there was agenda behind the awards.
Perceived. Sana aside that, you see, and say, side agency no. Or more authorization for him. Why na more queen, or one more queen, one more to me say, or more now was no more award do be. Criteria, what kind of more credit a dose of working. Chama, ye pages, over Breno Jai no abansa.
Or more criteria, or more ma.
Let no think to say before I bow, let big to over Bre, Ubi Jato. Now, on the issue of Sikano, Maestro And Afia has said, Senator Kojo can sanity. Award be or Ghana have piano. Why about award do? Yes, yes, Casa and not the award no. You now nominate we, but you feel say now be kwaje hotel be about be program no. So be here sika kakra. And you say NGO now all ya dey ni sika. I've been to awards ceremonies e kind omodi kind letter bro. And no so. If you think you cannot honor the award, it's not even force. You can decide to ignore. But you see, my main can't say we say,
but we have two different issues here. The moment that you come for me for sponsorship, that's a bit more sponsor our award show now. Me sponsor the amount. But then in a moment say one nominate me, until you be a minister, and I say me juma. What nominate me? Me sanso jumekua, me sanso ediye juma. O person me sanso sponsor, and no indirectly. Be a one tia say ne say o person o ma me award intina indirectly. O person o ma me sponsor.
Yes, over the years, from entertainment to sport to business to be a sanitary organ.
So over here, is it say person white in common no? Basically about sponsorship or say you nominate you.
Me baby, Professor White in your dream say, or man common I say, you can so one physical media award. And I make sure say the fact on the ground. Say most of the award schemes or more, they solicit sponsorship and support from the awardees. That is fact. And well, this is a big platform. People can debate it. But mean himself from entertainment to business to what have you, Nina Sanet. But on him, baby. Maestro, Mama Yantia say, or my eye to me, to the Bisua. You won't conform, we hear Juma Pa or Bambim. If you so near Juma crowns, so more point on some way, Juma. Okay, Rakanofurata. MPP for MPC, so on not the Ghana for came and Peneco for the oh, double so many, oh, Juma, modern boss. So, and in this situation, say, Obimoya Awards, I don't decide, say, Yabaka said the worst performing minister. Rakanofurata and contradictory of my penny views at that particular point in time. What I say? Intimate person say no tie me now we NDC appointee from chief executive to deputy minister to minister impo MP e NDC amenyoko no din mu na ode ya ti ase say the best award that will be to me ayede ama amenyoko ni say obebo ho mo de na amenyoko na say winning the next election. You can win all the awards. Look, sir, awards scheme here come say I understand say you run up mu na jijiji bibrebe atwam. Omo the party composition. Nti award no so mo ye kire the obomode de ko si say ankasa.
So what you are not in support.
Me say we a minister ma wa adwene nkwa adwuma na wo ye no so. Ne hu ni say Ghana for tie kire hwe. Mampani o appoint wo hwe. Ono na amaw dwumadi ese di ma no enhwe nchen. Because me was a big award or grant interview and I remember bomb. Look, you don't tout yourself, you don't do that. The moment you do that, you are failing. They want to master because share Maestro be good fucking. What feel? We are good in your nabeka. The system is watching. Criteria high monitor BBR. You don't tell people that you are good. The moment you begin to tout yourself, you failed. And the mommy who is an agenda woman.
There's a who to say agenda war. I was
because for say, oh, I deserve it. Me deserve it. My ajuma, no, Juma, why? Damn no what you do that agenda woman. Agenda anymore can one man kick and say you deserve it. Intimate messenger say, man penny the letter ba. E supersede bibia. Ene ye say reshuffling am kwemu ba. Maestro nkofo yem hihye wo mu ene no kre no. Nkofo yem hihye wo mu. Na yem hihye wa enya award we a wo kwaje na be ma yem hihye na ko. Man penny kura na yi na ba. We decide won it tirima wi. Your ministers be kwampu kwa. Wonte so mo ye hwe o di kura system nim. And I was shocked with him with Sal leak and you release in a buy so much in Ukraine, just somebody just someone you so much in Cabia, because what an hour and answer then. If you would dear through conversation in cry, much one corner, and no more enjoy. Much one corner and enjoy. And that's our regional minister and come here by us who been at the best performing there. Chama Ubiti had you Buniche minister, Doctor Forum, and the Okwa, it must shake a share.
O ma hye kitchen ewie.
Yeah. The same
friends. We travel ho aba. We travel ho aba be ba pe. Enkomo no ye de to aso dey free. Oba. We travel ho aba ba memra. We come ba pe ye de enkomo be to aso dey free. Who they say ministers na ehihye kishi together with organizers. But then I have Mr. Abraham Jemfi ewo minchen ewo had Dr. Abraham Jemfi ewo minchen
Kofi woman nsre nya de ansa na doctor ba. Why? You see,
yeah.
Me wo ho. Ena obi ahwe madwuma. Ena o se mabọ me ho modern. Wa mama abasobode. Ena nsantwerofo bisa me say, do I deserve it? What's my mean defend adwuma me yem?
Of all let me say enkomo we ni be wa today.
Debi, what's my mean defend adwuma me yem?
Mame nko dog.
Enkomo we na muni edi.
Mame nko dog we ya mesa ba ho. Mate. Me won so hit. Dog, good morning.
Morning.
What is be aboko there?
Boko
me hu so enche bia be that's why I come out.
Me that's it. You say ja. The boss ninti.
Dog, and enkomo no say as you go the hit to studio Hanum concerning the awards a course on over the weekends. Together with the ministers and the regional ministers, Yakobo Mabaso, pertaining to the worker due to their performance. But then, maybe conversation they said was the timing good. The share awards near course now was the timing good, and even at all, ministers near more awards no more deserve it.
And that's it. I mean, chair at TFO. I think sir, we have issues of assessment. So sitting here as an assessment expert. What does it take to say, sir, we want to be more than Bonabaso? There are so many things that we need to look at for when we talk about assessment. We need to look at the validity of the whole resource nearby. How consistent is it? Let's start finishing. Say with the indicators, I'm going to another institution so you should say indicators now. Would that same people will be the people who will be on it? If it is not so, then they fake.
Dog. I was near fake.
The indicators of Mugina Sukas Yahweh A, Yahweh B, Yahweh C, and until Amana born a homodeno. Any other person using the same indicators, no, and to me, I conclude to say, some Crawford when they deserve this award, now it is fake.
So the indicators now, are you relating it to the criteria of the mouth?
That's the point. A reliability. At a sakwala, or Kofi Yaman or homework song quiet. Now, all by teacher homework nesting, or this our question, now man say classes and no zero. No homework question.
But my so much of indicators no. What indicators name will be how be they related to?
Have they even come out to tell us the indicators? Do you know the indicators? You should know better than do you know the indicators?
I know some of them because you could do in common. Now indicators na me who you know. Say me they compare to some of the ministers are the more was to me na me who say maybe they fit in that category.
Na make us say I'm not doubting. Say it's an institution. But me say. So the same indicators no another institution. Say indicators we on these ministers. Na hwese hwan na born home mode. Na nkoye sa nkrofo na then there's something wrong somewhere. It's about consistency.
Na say yemfa say overall best regional minister the honorable Linda. Na say ekoba say other institution and so Emma was. Na so man from come Madam Linda Okula. That means say
and that is what it is. Can you made it? That is what it is. There's something wrong somewhere.
But so will be an award, so on so come before so on to be award.
Intermaker sign indicators now. Me can say be a different thing. Me share say why na e be a but to me the development abane na region. Me make kind 13. We be see me dey me call kind 14. It means there's something wrong somewhere. Any assessment be a papa no, there should be that kind of consistency using the same indicators. But I don't know, the has what you must say. Who control BEC? No, you are grade 6. Or push off for himself, was he? I've born homody. Or real because then you wanna. And you wanna who be you try baby, Diana. So once these questions begin to come up, it means there's something wrong somewhere. Into once we are also here doubting, hey, now do they deserve? Are they the people? Then we are all saying said there's something wrong somewhere. It's about credibility. Into using the same using the same indicators, no. Will Kojo honor the same people? Says Sadia would demand the and no, and Kojo would have nominated somebody else. Into set Sadia, then credibility no is at stake. The other thing that we also need to look out for is about the validity. And we say with every certainty say results scores no munyaye no. It is a true reflection of them. Does it perfectly represent them? BBBI nkomu ye. Tell ye kaso yesifa sika you be contribute to. Inta they saying say me ayet beti he say you nominate me na me ka say me nya hwe ma. Will that change their results? Would that change their results? Or they first look at one who will be able to give something before they nominate?
I don't know.
These are questions that we are asking. Are they saying say if it had been somebody else, would they have done that? And now say in the first place they check the one who will be able to do something before they nominate. These are questions that we ask before we accept any resource. And if we can say where the answer, where we raise questions like that, not just say there are issues. The question we want to ask is it necessary? Who is the best judge of an MP's performance? Or someone? Or some name mine. In the amount for now, they will be the very people to testify. So I'm MP, assume a CD or born home. It is not somebody who says somewhere. I am not saying we can't have institutions on Bema Award there. But for me, I believe he said the best assessor of an MP's performance is the people who placed him there. It's the best. That to me, I can tell you said this is the best. That's the best regional minister.
Madam Oklu.
Greater Accra region. Accra.
Greater Accra.
And then say we baby Krampan can make us put in Accra. best regional minister. I will bring so fan crofui. And then can one hit. The indicators say the many powerful for what here. Would you use the same indicators and honor Madame Okro as the best regional minister? These are things that tells you say if the answer is no, then there is no credibility in the awards. As to whether it is credible or not for me, and yet you're hearing it is about bread. Just say it's about the people's feelings. Say can this person go to Accra and ask Omon when he say Accra when he so mu MP na ba ne ho modern pa mo gituma na mo nyintum. What kind of assessment was that? Would people of Accra agree to this? Say Empire regional minister na ba ne ho modern pa. Yes, we may have people who would decide, but at least we should have majority of them saying say Empire. For me, if you ask Accra there, me I met the idea. Who indicators of location as Accra regional minister? What has then anything different from what the previous minister did in Accra? What has changed?
But then we have some code of conduct. I mean, the president ensure to the appointees. Now, all kind code of conduct now that is 1.55. It's talking about influence peddling. Na pachomo fanto so mame na indi hu nkomo kakra e wa hanoma no pay. Or say influence peddling. Influence peddling is the legal practice of using someone's position in government or leverage with persons in authority to obtain favors or preferential treatment from others, often in exchange for payment. The minister must refrain from influence peddling and must at all times uphold the integrity and credibility of the government. So the Siga Boss Air Canon, together with this code of conduct and meeting are related to it now. Can the awards be described as awards for money for awards or influenced by certain people at a extent?
In fact, I will not be able to say it. And I don't because we need any fact to it. But the point is, when you give somebody, when you nominate somebody, the person in a way will have to contribute. It may be say mean yes, he can contribute to it. Will that change the nomination? If it is so, then it is. Again, will they nominate somebody who will not be able to give something? When they are doing their nomination, do they look out for those who will be able to sponsor in a way before they nominate?
But then I love this question. Let's talk about her. Offer. Now you had a banter to me.
Onim. I said there, Mama event organizer be a juma why ya be national discussion. Institution now assessing members of parliament. Is it a government institution? So, but they do assessment of members of parliament. A bar, almost catch there is a criteria you use to yeni. You assessing members of parliament, if you say we born home body, if you say we money home body. Ne so ya charge home. BBNC. Even His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ne tax or the amount ministers. Do we know? Greater Accra Regional Minister, only Majuma President Mahama Diaman. Ashanti Regional Minister, only Majuma President Mahama Diaman. But we are assessing them based on said yen. You feel say SSO mo ye adwuma. It is the reason why I pamu minister bia. Yeah, wa bontin say minister there SSN ka ye man wo ho. Based on the yen. But your man adwuma no so e bia na adwuma o de man nya no no oye. Masem ne say we should be asking Pesa White to say evidence ukura into all say omu bebisa ne ho sika. Now, you cannot get a public official who peddles falsehood. For me, that is where the conversation should be going. You cannot have a public official or peddle and throw. I don't see our work, so baby and who scan away. They ask for sponsorship. Is there anybody, and Dr. Rizis her question, When or say ye ba ne ho when tua nti ya je na award. When or say ye ba ye ka kire ne say wo ye bema award but ye bi say ska when tua ska nti no ya amfane award ama no. That is where our discussion should be going. But the entity na organize it had a private entity. Or no transfer, no ahwe, no aye. Oye wia, omo epeso omo jeno, omo beji abasobon. Omo empe, omo nye. It would not affect us as a country. The only challenge is the allegation made by SIGA executive. No? And none of Obia will be worried. Say, Yama minister bi adwuma. Opese ye bona basu nti wakotua sika say yemfa we emma no. Ehɔ de we should be concerned because enya adwuma ye fa almost all mumeye no. But beyond that, assembliancy, the issue about reshuffle no. The ba Saturday no. It was not an official document. At the end of Babontin Saturday, it was not an official document.
So how come?
You know the sources of official documents. Anytime the government release a banner, it must come from the minister in charge of communication, government business, Felix Kwachofusu. So if you go to his page, on release BBA. If you go to government page, you release BBA. Now some documents na wa bonten na na pese odi di nkomo a obi anya ohwie o wonu apa ho na anam a whole problem. But officially there's no government statement that is doing a reshuffle. Abanye reshuffle will discuss that. Omo yamo omo adwuma na omo ntimi nye omo adwuma, and because of that omo tin reshuffle na omo yema hye omo no, it's their cup of tea.
So doesn't mean say at this moment I was say reshuffle a year.
I do not have any authority to be talking about reshuffle because mon fa adwuma maame. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na yama na adwuma. And wa fa apamfo a woni wo mo ye adwuma.
But someone so hwe adwuma na omo ye na me think say was
me fa adwuma ma obi a
was see di obi kwhye ha.
David me fa adwuma ma obi a.
But someone so hwe adwuma no.
Enti me bre so a me ye me assessment. And not a prince can't answer. I will take a decision when it is time for me to vote. In between that time, I can be angry. I may be disappointed. I can only resent it when I put it on my page. Say, I would go and take a decision when I have time to vote. But I am not happy with some of the things that are happening. But what else am I supposed to do? Na me country President Mahama, ebema na yi obi adidi a, metimi aka say we na adwuma so many. But I've always told you, any minister who is doing well, based on aban adwuma e dey ahye because minister bi any word ni sika buy or dey adwuma. Aban sika na yatamama minister nso on fa kwye adwuma. So if you see a lot of activation at the road ministry, it is because government's priority is roads. So we roads ni free ho. Na ye can say minister we were born ho modern a. E ye kwan ya minister no ofaso ni nipa relate. That is what we always talk about. But in terms of Najuma de ono of first ka no de ayejuma. Aban na ama ministry no eye adwuma oye. If there's a lot of work happening at the education ministry, it is because government budget's priority is education. And to me, assessment of minister ni adene there. Bra. Oh,
Paragraph 7 of Dr. Callisto's release in His Excellency the President wishes to emphasize that in due course, the presidency will undertake a comprehensive review of the performance of ministers. Paragraph 7. Yeah. His Excellency the President wishes to emphasize that in due course, the presidency will undertake a comprehensive review of the performance of ministers and chief executives, officers. The findings of this review shall constitute a key basis for decisions relating to retention in office, reassignment of responsibilities, and any future cabinet or executive restructuring. Unim, me say ya was bisa. Na edi ade amampani ba beye animu a e create on public perception on say ya was be di kan ya was no di kan no ye say asome say bon homo de mampani ba mampani si oyi no e mampani on see me say ade no mo hihye no ye tena dem to me hye di nkomo say look chak yen hye dan for bi say ye rato for sim mo do mo bo modern pan for me for him ba wo mu ne ye agenda na mamu wo mu de nim say pe de yin na enim no ye bibia na omo son yewura maboa mo ne yewura to force mo ne hadade.
You are sure the president will be influenced by this?
No. President the obian to be influenced no, but the public perception. I say I don't know mo to mission na dem. You who say eti amampani be ye. Oh, bibia tell to say fake. By had them mampani be ye. I say we take can. Yen kuku bibi wo dem. Yen we dwane bi yen fa mbra bonti. Look. Me mampani say e prepare mo beye se wote ho na ye minister na feel say wo de wa ho to so ne wo ho de ye wo ni say private entity bi a ene crampo no pe letter Dr. Kalisu de ba e question on mo crampo credibility ama award na se na e wani gi a wo kra trophy a wo chetre se mu a tena ho no na de o ma adwuma no e bi no different view na me bisa o say maestro se ne ono minister ya appointing so oje abosobode ade appointing so nyede ono minister ya appointing say no oje abosobode e tire nse mu kra trophy e pega koso a enye de ono appointing ono minister so ya ma ne de enye welcome trophy
na say o kan paragraph 7 ya o kan ya meaning say president e wo that
e wo na obeye nti ye ni mo ekehye ni oma
obenda be.
According to the
statement does not give us timelines. The statement it doesn't give us timelines.
It gives a clear offer me about Mr. Nkanobi. Because His Excellency, timeline.
Thank you.
His Excellency, the President wishes to emphasize that in due course, the Presidency will undertake a comprehensive review of the performance of ministers and chief executive officers. The findings of this review shall constitute a key basis for decisions relating to retention in office, reassignment of responsibilities, and any future cabinet or executive restructure. So definitely, or kind of indirectly say, there will be
but Kofi, from day one, President Mahama appointment. Didn't we all know that he will assess them?
That one day.
It is about the country say a brebe do my assessment. Now based on assessment, no wa homoding. Yebe mu gina nchen. Ne apem kofo awurem. Omo ebo homoding so yebe mu bia ka ho na we hwan nka asem we.
But this statement had come just right after the award.
No,
and it gives clear indication. So maybe ne eno beba.
Beba we. Unhe, mampani person ye reshuffle. Onye. So onye so a yen koye nim. Why? I didn't answer. Obi award awenya no. Money abre mo ho sa. Etinki e man award man enya na. Eh, na me nti mo se o.
No.
Okay.
No,
yes, award. What the award? Sometimes you should see say you are above certain awards. Oh, seriously.
Above certain awards.
Seriously.
Awards like.
You think I am say Dr. UN.
On she share ejuma.
Oh, and I award no man. No, and what was it? Until you look at the institution giving you an award. No, what I say, we pedigree no, and it's award never ya with Kojo Etihe, he's known. Now you find say institution be a shaman, be say Babama, a media for award. Near Kojo di. Now wow Kojo any institution award, one was
Dr. Onim, me challenge Kaakyire be with this whole discussion. Me challenge Kaakyire with this whole discussion is that there's an entity, a registered business, or awards. And then run or shas you. And I'm surprised that the media company na a man central for award that modern nam chrome ha and I am mammy men am your best morning show men am the best news editor men am your coming in na modern nam the ananti chrome ha 10 years a organization way and a dear mamma mo catch them call for vote to women and your company we are
it's part of
train and your company we are
it's part of the
wait
the other side of this company that's
Mr. I'm asking a question. Is this not the agency?
Thank you.
So if that same agency that's been running media awards for the last 10 years, they have been doing same for ministers in the last 6 years. And then some about a company suddenly a company without credibility. No, Masa,
the point we need to look at for me, some as I sit, some of the
Look, 1 minute
some of the awardees, you know, based on indicators now, I don't think they deserve it. If not for the fact that they have paid.
And we can be
you think they don't deserve it.
I think they don't deserve it.
Fair be enough. Into doc say or Junior say or more idea awards the more no or more deserve it. But then you know we so na ye movie and fan call your next topic you be the home komo and there anope. Na say na be kan HM the show first no be the kan catch show say Sedina Tamaklo no ye CEO former CEO for Maslock. You're charging for a lot of offenses. At the time, I know Onudini Juma as CEO for Maslock, being money laundering, being causing financial loss to the state, almost 78 counts in the tone or so. At the time, I now cry high courts, AD as seminal, not only Krumha, no to choir over US. You're trainer. When to me, I'm Obia, I'm Bessina name India seminal. And I said, when to me, any Nanu ye, our court. Now, I'm so, I'm a court, a one of 4. It was in 10 years. And I had to say, Uncle in Sawem, na Uncle Trim, na se be Uncle ye my dimpa, and fam emwa on my Ghana, na enra, and an extradition no, it's me a buy. Na in common say, Sambria said in a tamaklo, you know, the extradition number, na Oko survey the 10 years jail in Sawemono. It critique a good signal for your justice system in our country currently as we speak. And is it going to be a consistent approach? Say be appointee bia or be cause financial loss of the state no. Or see a china so kwan bia magana fo hu say oman no obi ntimi mba embe face ka edi obi ntimi mba emedi a dream ema oman no embo kasa. Is it going to create a correct path for our justice system currently as we speak? Doc, my mention as if in free.
Yeah, I think this is a case in Ghana for ADHD or this world. And in 2024 election, it was used. In recent times, it was linked to why we are not doing same to former finance minister. How do you call him?
Ken
Foriata. The question I need to say, why did it take so long? What were the hindrances? At the time, didn't to me, the authorities may be. Then we are told for still in the mass lock issues. And it is good. But for me, when a Biblia, you see, perception and idea here. When issues that feed on people's perception, because better say be we say all perception. No do any evidence, but the idea is feed into our actions. And just as we welcome say Waban, I think it's a Echedodo. Did the state play any role in her coming?
Of course, yes.
So why did it take so long?
I would say a fast process.
All this while. But
then in church plan waba.
It doesn't matter in change. And you know, people that have said, say I bind the Udisca when you're out to this time. I think it's a good thing. Me, I am sometimes so much not interested in say ibe jelly obi sao. Me I next can hear me.
Also more risk.
Oh, me can hear me. Trust me. Because I 10 years. What holidays a film, not 2 weekends a film. Ebe kwa kwesi be ya. What holidays now 2 weekends if you maybe kwa kwesi be 8 years. It's an investment away. You find say sika no your investment I should be invest sika for 8 years. Now we train 8 years what you faso. Are we taking the money back and say yes kanashi? In the judgment, are we taking the money back and know them the artisikano?
Oko them
the artisikano 8 years. And that's the way you'll be able to me. I think it's not enough. 8 years as compared to
6% kai jail no be 15 and 20.
Mr. Can put in here me o jail need the fine yeah, but Sikano the most important because it's my money. It is how money that is going waste. Into be high investment the money says you can to na me kodam 8 years aba. What now wa me no ho me sure say banta wa endwe kakra fine or bet na 8 years akodam 8 years the ateka. Oba outer. Na so ya onyi bebre sa. Oba be to aso ensign. I don't think it is enough. People will continue to do so. Intimidate Sikano in the first place, and here you Sikano, or where Japadi be a young Tonwan and Tia Sikano, will be an aqua with the master, so not I pepe. But them without Sikano, it is not enough.
Not enough for you.
Or where Japadi a young Ton, young Sika. Once I saw I go to Nidia, young Ton the Japadi winning in Nan, the near Sikana. But for this thing, we could at was.
But then I think say Accra High Court ensure permit say the properties it should be confiscated to the state. See, I don't know for on properties, say or wasase or dying or near maybe at the time of obedi that position or the year say Japadi I think say it has been confiscated to the state. But then Sikano has been a problem. And Sikano is $6 million.
SEG. Ebet may believe you.
It's my impuntu.
Oh, maybe Nankasawa Hospital near Faraday. You mentioned to me.
So all the old stand they say I was say Sikano, Japadi.
That is the most important in the money, dear. I don't know, it should be the secondary thing. Because I yes, I could nakodam, dear. Sikabeso, you diwayo me a chia, Sika who baby could see. People will take advantage of it. They know. You know, they operate on the portals, no way they are in the sea, and it is a good thing. They should do the same to Foriata. Now, yet to me, I say, my now about until a question Jabi and a question Jabi. He said Jabi, yet one any attorney general for Foriata case, and also more shall say in absentia, just as we did this one. Oh, ma, woman in Tinaho, or yet guilty or beba. Jessica. Then we move on.
Prince, right now as you speak, Obedru, the lawyers etimi file appeal at the Court of Appeal said in her absence, almost maybe a course or mudi or Accra High Court in KE. Not charges are yet amani or withdraw charges now shall say India. So do you think so appeal a bit my
You see, Maestro, and Raminya Kwenyati lawyer Samson Ladi Ahinene. On this now draw law students in your attention to the SIN. The Eddie kind say, Ubisa question say, a binsi that's a Ghana court at the sentence aba. Lenny Pano from timer ye can't say a convicted no. O me dem be see ene. Inti ene ya wabe or constated 10 years na say because per the narrative and no washen. Se court at the sentence bar na conviction bar. A started effect. Inti si ano. Ye tie free mu ana so wo constate ana sesen. On the identity no. Again, on say me and let me be some who say me no kasana making kind mu kakra sana na doc be real. Aban play role in ensuring say a bear extradict na manaban.
Yeah.
Enti na doc bisa question. What prevented Abanya Etwam So obe place how role na ma yensa tumi aka no ama na ba be face sentence ida man. If indeed aba to play role say ama nipa na tumi aba, what kept aban previously so long so when tumi anya sa dey. Now ene me hwe the way ade ne kwana say e bi nsi da isi ekoti yes na what na US na free mu ana wo start appeal no. I feel like it will be something, a different thing altogether. I bet my review no money enough for because I said we be in Ghana da. And again, yes, I don't come as a frontier say, you start na ye try any case, you know, and for medical reasons or call US.
Yeah.
And or call ya one day. One baby. Enti, maybe some will say, enter so mine. She say look be down say, she say obi to me. Yare kwaje medical idia ina say start ya na kwaje medical na uko no abasa na ye issue sa na say and as so man no we are so sovereign say you betumi make sure say your ma judgment you betumi go. I don't think this can happen to some other countries. Our judiciary is so strong and formidable say your ma judgment you like abstention nipa na ma abanye tomato na wa aloof sa ma say ye constati na say be den insensem bebre ne wo. But the bottom line is say Ghana for sika kem. Many doc ya dwele. Say mo de wo pekra mo tititi years so na mo sika no to account so. Because madam said nam e dini tuma endi maduane enyem hwe ba me sika ye sika akokam. Ti mo pekra wo de court pacho na yesre wa we de my honor we de yesre mo. Mo nya calculation mo tititi bi mfim. Na sika no to account so.
$6 million.
Sika no to account so. Se to accounts ni musisi na me kura no me te se ye jahan so won kofie free scan to accounts ma many beji because prison na wo kon e dey na beye deterrent krom ha
see ye twe na so
many o ka se nkofo gusu keshe ni omo mo hyehyɛ ni oma we know
keshe na dey
se ye ka keshe na street language wo kuma se ase
minim se
so wunim se
ni ma na omo keshe no na mpese
se ade no ya na ye syndicate o bako phone to me ndini say on Ghana is kind bako phone to me nga say me dem say bu ma fadio yes say nkrabata we bua we na maestro ajafa ha na we ajafa ha to say krodon na ache
na say wo susu say nkrofo nsa wo sikanim.
Look, this amount of money onon kwan to me say oni da bi o so onon kwan say nti oni maestro kun oni ne finance officers wo oni chief executive oni like oni sankofo ni na wo no so onon kwan you see sikane emra o de emre to account ni ebe to account ni wa o do mo pa mo opinion polls Ghana for hena e pese sikane ba Ghana for na pese okodem obo se sikane be do so ye be wini enti o do mo pa on court in take this decision na ye opinion polls se Ghana ye see use democracy kwa dia the team for can say the be adwuma dia ye opinion polls se ye be wini ne ndem ni hia sikane hia maestro
offer we know issue we now man should you send a signal to our system they say right now no any government official say we do dwuma de ma on mine no you do to position bi na say sika e fa wonsem na wentimi anye niema ye show say yeah they should send a strong signal say there is a time was you I mean you're prosecuting corrupt government appointees ana
Kofi minyin ni say we e kan hwe o free tete ye di bibia jawa esese obu akonta free tete nti adwuma bia ye de be hye won sa wo ba bia wo bia ye wo bra ye bu hu akonta ye Christopher say ye wo nkontabu stewardship saa na ye fa wo adwuma wo nkontabu nti obia ofa aban adwuma ye whether from a political appointment or any other public service we still worship ehia in this matter near eyema yen ne say it depend yen democracy any accountability arrangement that obi ebesomin osum wie ye no nkontabu efa ne ho no na say oba na obechirem wanya akwanya ama wa ama no yebu akonta ma ye hwehwe mu no ye say eka bi wo hɔ a ono na say obeyi ano sika no akodi ne ho oni ho no omo to aso di asem no omo say ye di asem no awie ye de kwadu abọ no kwadu ni mu no ese so okoda aban kukum oni hanti ye twen oba ye de mbekwa akoto aban kukum ubisae prince bisae say ye di nasem ni wie na aban no ana ewo ho no eden na omo yeye se be ya omo de maame no beba no abeda aban kukum omo anyehwe na ewom ni say appeal na ye ka ho asem na nya afi no omo aye appeal no ruling ne bae no a na omo ye appeal na omo ye appeal nti omo appeal no nso ada hɔ a wabisa ho say eye den na omo ye appeal no appeal na da hɔ abesi ne.
So is it because of the appeal no omo ye nti ena ma me no nso ne lawyer say relax it so metimi.
Well, sir, we are appeal. It is in the wisdom of the court to ask for hearing.
Yeah. Until say appeal no verdict e baba
Say appeal na omo ye no enko ye biu. Enti omo benya kwanya na nkomokora a omo pese omo di no. Omo adi. The sasa wo te ase wo kurom ha ne say. See ye di obi court, see emfo obi court, party politics wom.
Play major part.
Minim ni major, but e kan ho. See you be court, yemfo obi court, party politics e wom.
And they say wom dia corruption e person you two as a free crew man. They say intimi
obi anka so be so to corruption as you.
At least yes.
E yem command for the bar ben. But the yentu ase.
And say of our work say omo play party politics play major part.
Yes. Na say your cases bebre. The decision say and na yete hey. Your topics bebre. Mo production team decide they say topics we na mbe kan ho asa. Sa na ura court ho a. Omo so determine cases a omo beye. Nipa bebre na aban sika afa omo nsem. Eso obi ho a ye mo ne kwadu da. Obi ho so ebebo ne kwadu. Ye gina ho a ye ni krom ha na president Kofo e de president Rollins yire eko gina court. E twe na se wo court a 8 years wie ye ka kire ye say o aban ye nya asem no manenka. Na obi a sebe wa for man ni sika na ye de na ko gina court for 8 years. Na aban no de ne court no ase o asem no ye nya manenka. Ye tre krom ha ase ye nim ne yasi. Enne ngofo bisa se na den na asem we akoko to na attorney general ase o wonye interested biu. Moko bisa president ngofo se Mrs. Rollins de na ye den no ka so wonye interested. Nti na me say krom ha asem bia e court bia party politics e ka ho. Se maame ne abono kwadu wa. En wa ya appeal. En ye den na ba. Nti wa bai so okodam. Nti okodam a court be frɛ. Na omo akodi nkomo fi se omo se so bo no ayede bo no court ni gina so bua no sa ansem ni nyina so nti omo kwa appeal na omo akodi omo nkomo omo di nkomo ni wie na court si o ampa kwadu na ayede bo no ni nyina ye hwe nsem ni nkomo amudi no a na nyina so obi ani so a sama me no akopɛ no ba bi atan case close. Nti wo de wa ha why
nti wo do fo say eni nyina so bi appeal
da me kan say eni nyina so me say omo aye appeal yes sir appeal ne say omo be court no akobɔ nkuro say kwadu no aye de bɔ maame na omo gina so aya sentence no eni nyina so omo tibi di sa nkomo ni ye na court tie omo asɛm a say sa 10 years asɛm aye kan mambi o. That's 6 million no a woka ho asem na emmam bi o
na shego
enti oforia tade na so enye ne
na se no aban ne womo wo aban aso ye a womo ye mmra ho adwuma no omo aye nkrata adwuma ese so womo ye nyina enti de oforia ta ye twen ene se US court no ebe ka se based on nkomo so far ye mfa ne mmra se de maami ya be ya enti eduru honom de ne ba no so on the send the ye nshas ye nti onu ne de ne ye bit different from we
abusuafo yeguso ye di nkomo ewo fache Daybreak jumedie so Prince Techi ewo hanom ye public interest advocate sounds na Dr. Abraham Jemfi also a lecturer at the Houston University na me am wo fa Kojo Marfo so e wo mention a ye di dwumadi no be phone lines no na also so o de wadwenkyerɛ etimi aba kama na bibia etimi akoyi na nakwaten e wa homa no so ye ni nkoma no koyi kuma se na nakwaten good morning
yewura nura monkomo no mani agye ho na mma me nka kakra
yo yeti
yewura Kojo am said da bia ya panel se bebo apa se bi osi hi wonsam ya oni say aya na ye obibi a ekomba e prisoner of war se de ndie se ye chire wo country we cho ya ebi a won kofo hia se o mu fa nipa ba akom na me nya mu nipa du o se ne ade ente sa na Ghana politicians no mu ye sa be pepe ye de ye de mu ni kofo be gina court o na emum se mu de mu ba na se mu de mba ye bi ati me ka a kire obi a otie me ne se maami we on dem obi ani obedem obi ani ho na ka me mpai bo pa ne se nke sika no de anka omutumi obi nyama ye nyanka mepe na emom se obi kwa akwadem pa o de ye nyina se to ha ye sre nyame se o me nkwane ahoden afa de to so mienu na wo mo ye se wo mo pra award ase wanwan no ye bo obi abaso de se nye bone na mi wura mami mi samo ya ye se media personality of the year wanwan award na masa ka kire se monto aba na wo mo benya abadodo wo mo na wini what kind of award is this na se nipa no wo mo de na mo ma na award dia ayi se go for sabotu mi wura unyi so obi pese odidi obi sika award na go for je ne me da se
also wait we are free ewo ahwa so na dey edi nkomo e was 0206334646 and as 0206334747 free na ene ending nkomo anope na share wadwen ewo nkomo a ena anope yedi ewo dog let me tell you just a minute
Mimi say in the last 10-15 years when you saw the Abensika Yachina to maybe I say go apart from my way,
say Abuga Pele,
the last 10 years.
Abuga Pele,
until in the Padodo was a Bobodima.
Few of them.
Bobodima, Oberia Bay 5, mammy.
Few of them
be 5.
Doctor, you're more baby required do so. You 5.
I'm saying,
hello, Kwame. Kwame, good morning.
Hello. 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 Me Damase Netiamunina. We know Presa Anopez Agrega. Mammy, we have some Ghana, and Yabri and Yabri, didn't 2 months. Ghana had it. Sir, you didn't 2 million, Yabamudiana echo. Empire Ghana, Libya, morning say. Isikana Kasa Mumna. Enka yensa kaya enka beboaye yenyano no ye kase de ni tuma obe ye nanko fo afa kiri kura no ye de ne ko 10 years ye obe say aba 2 years aba 1 year aba e friend say half year enti ye hwe ne ye sika enu mum ehia pa na afa so ministers ne de na ye kan ni abre no ye ne ye de omo ko gina ho enti so omo ye adwuma bi a ye ne ye behunu say ministers no omo ye adwuma. And I was say, "Omu deserve this award. No." And ye ne ya small mo so mo nkonko ye adwuma ma ye nwuhwe ne senkofo bi fa tiri no mo kom na mo awards a ye atu na ye ntie enwase enti ma je nche ka me chen me damasi.
Hello, Serious. Good morning. Serious. Oh, I'm Manuswa. Good morning. The Serious Ahomano HTC Kaakyire 6Am. Also, bet me a friend. I was 0206334646. Now only Eddie in common. And also bet me a friend. I was 0206334747. Dog. Now pen profile.
In the
last 15 years, in the day, be a boom with into 5 now.
Are you saying the last 15 years, send 5 now? If I find for when you know, people are basically could do more.
Wow, I could be.
Ecosystem. It tells you, say, a chick Ghana Yamrano, actually a perception.
Dog so more. My uncle Sai Isaac in common. Isaac, good morning. Isaac, good morning. Doctor Asomami.
You know, that is the point. That is what my team. I know, so you can, so being can say, or fighting corruption. I was happy when he said that. There's nothing in this country that say, yeah, you're ready, say, yeah, fighting corruption. Me, I still maintain it is the money that we need.
We need the $6 million.
In the moon, one home when you're not quite to catch on coffee in Kodana, 10 years in the summer. Me, Ghana, the anything is possible. Even partners, I won't put no. Nasa obedema obadaben. Amasis June. And a date here. Nti say yade ani anka yepeli yanko bedue yanka nyanko si fi prima na anka say yede noko. What is it? Anko be si na say thank you because just as you pass judgment it takes effect. Nti so wa man ko si fi prima mu na anka plus for gina ho. Ah unsawe mu na atwan wi. Say definitely this. Choka. JB down for case 7 years. Yeah, case this is a country that we live in. Nothing is so. We are not serious with anything.
Prince, Bramby.
In a bay moon for the court to say, Madam said now, Yaman Kofi. Sikano here, yes,
And as I'm coming up,
yes, almost all there, Madam, on call the fear that, or buy or the order, or the fear that, or enjoy okay. Yaman and Koso enjoy. Now, the Nipaco no more, or more sky baby scanner down. Monfa my, no, Madam, or someone Joe. Na yen jim bi say court to be called pronounce bi yes say the court no comedian no so nsensem bebre ti court yesrem Ghana for you go to you go from say ma me no ohia say obeda fie na so madwe no EBS Canada bank a omo nkire account no face Canada na so dwemra maestro me asem tietie I know
over last
month menti ase ne say sabri odam menti ase no
okay
nti why appeal no ebetimi amana ba abonten na afi yeguso what am I say because oya appeal na o ask for bail ya be man bail na issues are war with assembly ya dey aba
of I am
because omo nyin tum say sa akwadu na dey abono no sanity. Let's be ready for the long haul.
Are you saying for sure so with them?
But
I think
you go in into an fee.
Until you can say this for sure.
Yes, only fee.
If I show can we confirm first away myself so
you check. No, only fee. By the ruling
Emma, here is Jumedi at the bro, and from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. 4 hours journey, Charlie, and yeah, easy crap. Baminda will be Biase of Kojo, if you are Chuma Kaakyire, and I think so Kojo Wusu, or no executive producer. You're more MC Honino, a do be as a candy, any Lord and Sujina Camera Nechi, a boy, Emma BBA Biko, Dr. Abraham Jemfi, and also Ebe Boy, sounds like Mr. Prince Techi, and also Ebe Boy, Emma BBA, ATM, Echo, Yemidin, Eddie Kofi Frimpon, do one from Big Brother G, the Maestro, Yame Boy, Watchina, Ebe Twaso, Eddie, if you want the amount. Right now, dear, bye bye.
It's Kelpie Vibes.